my heart into something gold. Knew I sold my soul to the devil long ago. I rode it all along on your wave right before it broke. Time was thrown down the well, so I let you go. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you. Floating by your side, I fell up when you fell down, but we stayed in flight. I'm laughing to myself, 'cause I know that I can't deny. I can't find what you can't hide right inside my mind. What I do right now. What I do right now for you, for you.
Show me an opening in the clouds, and I'll take it, yeah. Reminding myself to just let go. Don't wonder how far I can fall. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out. Never fade out. Oh, 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 oh. Shooting through the clouds, I know it's alright, it's alright. Heavens are the limit now. Let's fly just one more night, one more night. Don't look down, never fade out. And I just wanna be someone and never fall behind again. Just keep on moving on. Never look down, never fade out.
We're stuck in your car on a Friday night. And we laugh away stuff we try not to talk about. Still your smile keep on heating up the climate. And all the blood to my cheeks are rushing out, yeah, yeah. And by accident, you're getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone. Differently. Whatever it is, it just feels so real. And your eyes keep on talking in the silence. And all the blood to my cheeks are rushing now, yeah, yeah. And I'm hoping you are getting closer. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Is it a wild shot of letting you know that you're the topic of all of my thoughts, yeah. And that I'm sick of this friend zone. Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? Well, can you tell me something, tell me something? 'Cause I'm so sick of this friend zone.
They can try, but can't do it like Vinny. Yeah, no permission. I got it.
Chasing love in an empty bar. Pour a drink till I make it past. The midnight hour seems to come and go, but I know. Walk on up with a drink in hand, sipping mixers cause you can. And all the lights begin to switch off. You're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for holding on for life, feet in the high, chasing the night, chasing the night. Hotel rooms and city squares, champagne bottles, drum and snare. The sights and cities seem to fall away when you stay. Locked in love for a night or two, losing sleep just to get off you. Day to day you wanna stay out, you're chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night, chasing the night, holding on for life, feeling the high, chasing the night, chasing the night.
You call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it. I can't help you now, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up to get X and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say Donis, why you sad? I said I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hit the city. Black face, show you everything you need till you fornicate it bad. Someone said it's sad, 'cause I used to want, used to want, used yeah, yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face, hey. Follow me around, okay, got too much up on my. Follow me around, okay, black face.
more thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black. Cause the soul in me and the heart I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to oh, you bring me to life. Now you bring me back to life. Bring me to life. No.
Hands down to my side, tied to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. But she bring me back, not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring me to life. Oh, you bring
Yeah. Let's talk. Look, ayo, we rose from the dust to the sun. They claiming that we the one, never one-on-one. Teamwork till we done. Sent on a mission, we got ambition. Never scared, we won't run. Never one and done. Some sit back and some like the hunt. I pick my teammates up when they fall. And if I ball, we all ball. Crashing balls, crossovers and all. Just call us the balls. Don't fear nothing, call us galore. Serving them all. We outside, we barely indoors because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back. This is the moment to go. This is the moment to shine. This is the moment to show. Show me the rocks you could climb. This is the moment to feel the path like you legally blind. I can promise this is ours cause we built for this, kill for this. Pushing buttons, do it quick, push it off and do assist. Oh, y'all think we new to this? Pound for pound, break it down. Watch what we gon' do with this. Teamwork got us fluid with. Make y'all look like sewages. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back.
That means I can't describe the way I vibe, the way I slide, and with the rhymes that make the dimes. I'll close their eyes and fantasize. Young Divine calling their phone number. No, you know I love you. And you know me, I can't sleep without blazing beats on stages for dead ones gracefully. And I got a smile that they hate to see. Young, black, successful, though life gets stressful. Though life gets stressful, go and vibe out with whoever you next to.
Vibe until the morning, sleep until the noon. You said that you want it, so I got it for you. Let's all get together and show them how we move. We move, we move.
3, 2,
bringing summer
1,
to
drop.
you.
Oh, ready, let's go. 'Cause you know how we roll. Let's take it round the world and back again. Ready, let's go. 'Cause you know like I know. We'll take it round and round again.
Sitting on a bench, waiting for the time to pass, dreaming of what happens next. I see what I wanna be, questioning my destiny, only knowing what I see. I don't even realize I've already made a path, and I can change it anytime. I can't take it back. I know what I want, but it seems so damn far away. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said, oh, I know hands off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. I know I sound crazy to the ones who said oh. I know I empower those who dream like me. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody. And you say you wanna be somebody.
Sarah, I hurt myself today trying to make the pain go away. Sarah, I want to fade away, be with the stars in outer space. You come and you go, you take me high, you take me low. But I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's my leave for the melancholy. Could he fill a hole inside me? Damn if I
Hope you guys are
do.
doing well today. We're going to be getting into the matchup in just a few moments. We have got GGPR Esports versus ChocoCheck Gaming. This should be an interesting one. We're here in ESEA playoffs, here in ESEA Premier, and I'm looking forward to it. But today, I am joined by Halo Flyer. How's it going, man?
It's going absolutely fantastic. Here we are. We've got some great lower bracket matchups.
Oh,
Of
yeah.
course, ChocoCheck lost to RBG in a pretty close fashion yesterday, and I believe that was GGPR playing against. Already forgetting that one off the top of my head. That was
You're really informative right
Triumph. That's what it was. Sorry, I wasn't sure if it was Triumph or if they played the BNB because I just remembered that there were a
You're
couple
just
of
like, who
matches in
played
the
who?
first round.
What's going on here?
Yeah, there were a couple of first round matches that were not the closest in the world, but now that we're into the lower bracket, we kind of get to see who how do we separate the wheat from the chaff here, and kind of figure out how this matchup will play out. So I mean, we've got a bunch of questions to be asking. I mean, first one of that is going to be
Who's playing?
yeah, who do we see out of ChocoCheck tonight? Because they
God.
have so many people roster riding. Everybody's like, they got Shrek playing, they got whoever's playing, but we'll see. I mean, we saw a actually pretty potent team yesterday out of them. They actually almost 2-0'd RBG. And that was a little bit terrifying personally as a RBG fan, but RBG did pull that one back. But it's going to be a little bit interesting. I mean, it seems like the fan poll right now is leaning towards ChocoCheck, but we'll have to see. But with that, we do have our map bans. So we do have those in, and our first map will actually be Dust 2. So that is the pick of GGPR. And then we'll be going into Overpass, which is the pick of ChocoCheck. And then our final map will be Train for the decider. Now, normally here, I would talk about like map stats and what they might mean for this upcoming matchup. But ChocoCheck is playing with like 3 new players. So it's like, there's you can't really make any assumptions about their core on any of these maps except for their game last night,
Yeah. Yeah, because we know who the players are going to be at this point. Of course, it's going to be Rack, it's going to be Sexy, it's going to be Tropical. but that's all that's in server. So maybe they're calling up some ringers right about now. Trying to be like, yo, we need somebody. Just get in here. You can be ranked D. At that point, I should be playing, but
Yeah, honestly, but and it's like even the maps that ChocoCheck played yesterday, like that doesn't give us any information because
no.
none of those maps are in the pool tonight. They played Nuke, Mirage, and Inferno. Like we're not even seeing any of those maps tonight, so we have literally zero information. Like we know Sixie's been fairly consistent as far as keeping them in the running so far in playoffs, but you know, I mean, that's really their only chance to kind of. I think their only chance really in this matchup is if they can, you know, if 60 has a good performance. Because honestly, like if you take a look at the map stats from yesterday, yes, they almost 2-0'd RBG, but Shrek and Tropical both went incredibly negative over the entire series. I mean, Shrek went minus 39 over the series and minus 27 for Tropical. Like you're gonna need more than 3 players playing if you want to take down a team like GGPR. So
you're gonna need a little bit more than that, but unfortunately for them, this shit's gonna be a very, very interesting match. It's gonna be a very intriguing match to say the least, because of course we're in playoffs now. Both teams are looking to continue on and try and make a little bit more money. Of course, the bracket's a little bit more different than what we expected at the beginning of it. There was some, of course, with Extra Salt just going the year up. They just left. They had Blast and like Funspark to do. Understandable. Good tournaments. And IEM Summer. So that takes a little bit more precedent, of course. So it changed up the bracket quite a lot. Who's Cyclone? Did Cyclone play last night? Is he on ChocoCheck?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's a ringer. I will double check ESEA. I'm fairly certain that Cyclone was one of the possible ringer players.
I think his account's muted. I don't think. No, it's not Cyclone. His account's muted.
Oh, it's not. Oh, yeah. You know what? You're right. I forget the command for that. Let me.
I forget the command too.
Let me go get it because
I was like, who is this Cyclone guy?
Oh, I think you might need to rainbow glitch my OBS Ninja because I was green for a second there.
Oh, your face was just green. I assumed you were looking at something green. I'll be completely honest. I was like, are you just looking directly into the ESEA logo?
Yeah, that's ESE or that's OBS Ninja for you rather.
It's the best thing we got right now. I don't got money for.
We're not setting up our own servers for that. That's for sure. Also, has anybody seen the new ESEA CAPTCHA? You have to choose pant length. It's so weird. I've gotten it twice today.
El Jacko's trolling, man.
Yeah, we're trying to like figure out El Jacko's fit right now. Apparently,
he's like, "What do I wear, guys? I don't know what I need to wear. What pants size am I? Just take a look at me. Take a look and guess."
Oh, you know what? Hold on. I'll open up my config and I'll get us this command so we can see who the hell that is.
Please, I don't want to be saying Cyclone the entire time. Because we've got 60. We got Tropical, and then wait, is that a no Rex in server? So we're still missing one. We have a coach in server. Then we have Cyclone.
Hold on, we're digging through some files right now so we can figure out who the heck is in the server.
Yeah,
this is a struggle, but yeah, like what you were talking about though, as far as like playoffs go, of course we did have Recon 5 and sorry, brain fart
GGPR.
and GGPR come in for in the replacement for both OCG and for Extra Salt, but it's so far we haven't, you know, with them both losing out in the first round. Of course, they're both going into the lower bracket, but you know, I think they both still have a bit of a spooky chance to you know, do something interesting here, something a little bit to go a little bit further into playoffs here. So I mean, it just comes down to whether or not we see, you know, ChocoCheck or something or GGPR kind of make their moves.
I think it's time though. I think we're getting into it.
Good news, I found that command. Well,
Good.
I found my config. Now I just need to figure out where in the config that is.
Well, guess what? the match is about to begin. It's about that time, chat. We're going into map number
There we
1.
go.
It is Dust 2, GGPR versus ChocoCheck Gaming. Both squads looking to continue on into the bracket. They need to get quite a bit farther. They do want to get to that point. And chat, you guys will see command prompt open for a quick second. But that's okay. So who is this? It was Shrek.
It was Shrek. No, that's great. Well, already with the long control, great shot from Shaniak to open things up.
Yeah, nicely done by them. Brings it down to E3 versus 4. Arc2 is going to be dueling away over through CT. Trying to find the first. Will be able to do it. JMP going to be able to get one as well. And Exotic cleans it up. Extremely clean round out of GGPR. Just eliminating the side of ChocoCheck Gaming fairly quickly there. Just like that. And that's the first one in the books. Let's see how the second one on the docket decides to shape on up.
Yeah, so we will see full Deagles forced out from ChocoCheck into this one, as well as 2 M4s. They came through that round really cleanly, so they can afford utility, they can afford, you know, armor, and they can even have a kit. Look at that. They got all the luxuries afforded to them on the CT side for this round. And Lowrider getting plenty of information off of these shots from ChocoCheck. I mean, have you ever hit a shot through the longhouse doors like that? And oh dear.
There it is. Sexy tag down low, and so is Shrek just opening it up on them. And Shaniak able to find one as well. Finds two. 2 players that he hit before are over, so low will be eliminated. Arc2 is good for 2 as well. Just like that, Wreck alone with a Deagle and dueling Exotic. Won't go his way. Exotic will finish him off. And is this a 4 versus 5?
Currently it is, yes.
Are they playing this out?
If they are, that'd be kind of...
No way. Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we had a full 10 there, and then let me just take a look through. Did we see a disconnect at any point?
Shrek disconnected.
Yeah, it looks like we lost Shrek here.
Oh boy. He said, get out of my swamp. Then they told him to get out and he left.
The homie got kicked out of his own swamp.
Honestly, feels bad.
Well, I mean, not an ideal start for ChocoCheck, that's for sure. Shrek is back in the server, so things keeping it.
I never want to say that. I never want to hear that again.
Shrek's back in the server.
I
Woo!
never want to hear that again. Oh,
Yep.
God.
Me neither, honestly, but got our matchup, and honestly, no deaths on the sides of the CT so far. Arcus with 4, Lowrider hasn't found a frag yet, but no need, as the rest of the team has been kind of just getting their eco frags done. So this does put Choco back down into pistols once again, only upgraded, and their buy next round won't be that great even if they win too, because they really didn't hold on to... They will have to drop over some guns here, but should be okay, to say the least. So
yeah, it should be fine. They're Deagles in the hands of these ChocoCheck players. They're gonna be looking to do a little bit of damage, try and take up a couple rifles out of their hands. Arctus jumps on up, finds one on the 60, and just like that, the side of GGPR start to open things up. And Shaniak good for one, JMP good for the other, and now it's all down to Wreck and Exotic, last 2 men standing. Shaniak gets a little double tap, and Exotic will finish it off. That will be the 3rd round for the side of GGPR. A strong start.
There have been 0 deaths for the first 3 rounds for GGPR. Nobody.
Lowrider 000. I mean,
you know what? Not bad. I mean,
you haven't died. You haven't got any
0
kills.
ADR,
I mean,
0
okay.
kills, 0 deaths, 0 assists.
Okay. Your team's
just
cleaning
been chilling.
house.
He's just been chilling.
Yep.
Look here.
But this will be a very intense round, and just like that, 60, good for 2, opens it up.
Oh,
but
no.
of course, life after death comes for Exotic, and he does find one with the Molotov. Brings it down to a 4 versus 3. The man advantage is on the side of ChocoCheck, as the man advantage Shaniak is eliminated. JMP and Lowrider, last 2 men standing for the side of GGPR. And Lowrider, if there's a time for you to start getting kills, it would be right about now.
Now, it looks kind of dire, but they still have a pretty good chance in this round because they have lit 3 players super low. Exotic, the one person that they do have to worry about here, just kind of run around with that AWP. Of course, they all have... Okay, that Molotov just went full freak out mode. And the boost to take out the planter.
Plays so nicely. The bomb gets dropped. The one from behind is something to be careful about. Tropical going to be able to find JMP, and now Lowrider claiming his first kill. Will be able to get one. Now he's in a 1v2. AWP down long. It's going to be a bit of a problem. He's going to need to be able to find the first player over towards the site fairly quickly, and I think Rek might give it to him. Yeah, he will.
Oh.
It brings it down to a 1 versus 1. I don't think he wants to fight this. Does he want to fight this? Kind of. He's looking at it. He's like, this is spicy. Exotic does have the angle. Yeah, no, that's not happening. That'll be a first round for ChocoCheck. Bit unfortunate there. He can't clutch it up, but up first nonetheless for the side of ChocoCheck Gaming.
Honestly, not too bad. I mean, it was a very messy way to start things out if you're ChocoCheck. I mean, you put a round into, you know, you were basically fighting a bonus round, GGPR. GGPR wasn't really intending, like, it would be, of course, as it implies, a bonus if they take that round with the guns that they did have. And the fact that they did so much economic damage, you know, is a good thing, because it does force strike down with Galil and two players.
Why? Why?
Losing so many players to Molotovs.
And 60, you're tagged down low as well. Why? Why are you still committing to this? Back on off. It's not worth it. Oh, God. 60 going to be able to find one. Rek finds one on the other end of the site, but just like that, it's down to a 2 versus 3. Huge damage done at that. 60 loses life to a HE, and just like that, Rek, last man standing, will be dealt with. Why? Why, though? Why would you commit to that still? Like, you just had 2 players just get completely wrecked. It's not worth it. Back off. Oh, my God. Don't tell me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. And because of the way that, you know, because of the performance GGPR put in on that bonus round, you know, they were able to force ChocoCheck to be on, you know, a Galil at that point.
Oh.
But you know, if the guns don't matter, if you just walk out and you start hitting shots like that, so.
But they're in a situation now where it matters. Exotic pounding away at these players, gets some good taps, and finishes off with the P2K, of course, guys. Yeah, brings it down to a 3 versus 4, and oh dear God, ChocoCheck, you don't have any map control. Look who's in the back of the line. It's Arctus. He's over there just waiting, looking for them to come on back. Rek finds 1 and 2, and he loses his life. Now, last man standing, Exotic for the side of ChocoCheck Gaming has to find 1. Don't know if R2 is aware, but it doesn't matter. He'll get a quick flank, a 5th round to the side of GGPR. Oh, dear God.
Fun fact, Arcus has a 100% headshot percentage at the moment, 6 rounds into the game, so.
I like Arcus. Arcus seems like a cool guy. I'd like to meet him eventually, but I just haven't.
Hitting some fiery shots so far, and so far not too many struggles for the CT side of GGPR.
Well, more Arcus is like fun to watch. He's just fun to watch play. He just goes out and does stuff every now and then, and you're like, yeah, that's fun.
It's true. He kind of gives me very hard, gives me very big. Oh shoot! Why am I forgetting all of the names of things today? The big player from Sinners, the main star Oscar. Thank you.
Oscar,
my
he
brain
gives you
remembered.
Oscar vibes.
Yes,
oh,
I get
God.
Oscar vibes. And
What
Lowrider.
the hell is this?
Out from Longhouse. How is he not dead?
Why are they giving up so much map control? ChocoCheck, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, why do they have this? Why is 60 lurking all over a B here?
And how
This
did
is.
you not know?
Okay,
Oh
we're
my
taking a pause here. Like, whatever happened in this round doesn't really matter at this point, because there's a huge. This is where you start to see the problems with just bringing in ringers for games, especially in a map like Dust 2. You like these. They're playing in such a way that it doesn't. They're spreading it out like a default, except it's not really how you should default on Dust 2. Like typically that player.
Like, how did he get back there? Did they just
They
like?
just didn't go Longhouse. They just had nobody long. He just pushed all the way through Longhouse. It was no problem.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're not making any effort at the moment to take a concise amount of map control.
Exotic, you okay there, bud?
He's just flashing himself, no biggie, but yeah, look at this. I mean, like they go back and forth between fighting for long, and look at that, losing the battle already. Rek going down. Now they're just taking this fight mid. They do get an even trade here, and it looks like they are going to try and send their players in. Look likely for some sort of mid to be here. Looks like a lazy smoke. This does isolate JMP, but wait, no, that was just a flashbang. He didn't even have a smoke, and that's going to be easy for Arcus. No problem. 60 last alive, almost hitting the jump shot, but 60 down 8 HP does win that duel. But now there's 3 players coming his way. This flashbang could kill him with the health bang he has. Health bang with the health he has. And ChocoCheck now in a dire position with not a lot of money to work with either.
Wow.
Not a lot of thoughts here. It's like not much to talk about. And we do get Inshaniak on the AWP, so we do get to see some of that wild action, and ChocoCheck is going to force their way up here, so they'll have 2 AKs, but if Arcuz just pushes through, oh dear.
They're just pushing stuff now. They're just, you know. Yeah.
They do hand over a free gun with that, but the trade does kind of... It's kind of an even trade in my opinion, because Rek does lose a lot of HP. Typically going into a 4v4 situation is a disadvantage for the CTs, but with that damage I think it evens out enough. But if you lose Inshaniak, things could get a little bit messy. Now it's just JMP on the site.
Yeah, but it don't matter. JMP 1, 2, 3, not 4. That'll trade it down to a 1 versus 1. JMP coming up absolutely massive. Trades it down to even, just like that. Now, oh, this is brilliant. I love this. Exotic versus exotic. Which is the best exotic? One waiting towards double doors. Ooh, did exotic on T side not see him? Oh, no. Oh, I think he did, but he's over towards window. Exotic, who's gonna win?
Oh, he was on just an angle where he couldn't see him. He's gonna let him drop.
Oh, exotic wins the fight from ChocoCheck.
Man, that is such a tough duel to be taking. The B side on Dust too is just
it's hard. It's so
dirty.
hard.
It's just dirty, man. I mean, it's like you can be in any situation, and if the T's have that B site, it's almost an impossible retake without a significant amount of utility. So good to do what you can, but this does put Lowrider onto an MP9, so now you've got the CT economy into a bit of a unique spot. The T's are finally able to kind of stabilize and put some real guns in their hands. Zodic on the AWP for the T side, and he will be peeking for B here. So if JMP goes for the spot, oh, misses it. Shanik and JMP both answering, and Arcuz even answering with a team grenade onto JMP. But things cleaning up pretty quickly here, and it doesn't look like we really get to see too much out of that, except for that grenade team kill. That was kind of funny.
That it was. It was very humorous. I laughed.
That sounded like the most disingenuous. Oh man, the things you talk about during a stomping, man.
Oh dear God, chat.
He's losing his mind.
I mean,
whoa!
Arcuz,
How'd
they're
you get
dead.
out of there? What?
Why are you allowed to do this? I don't understand. You should be dead.
How did he get out of there alive?
I don't know, but it's okay. Oh no!
Grenade.
Oh no! Oh, it misses by just a little bit. They're fine. They're fine. Oh,
whew.
God. I've been casting all day, chat. This is certainly a way to end it.
He's a busy man, everybody.
Man. I got to cast Flush's new team today. That was fun.
Yeah, that's got to be sick. I've been really excited to kind of see how that team plays out, especially with just kind of heading off the net. Okay, nice and clean. 9 rounds.
God, it's for a tournament I can't name on these streams, but it was a lot of fun. I'll be covering them tomorrow too. It was very requested that I come back. I was thinking about taking the day off, but no.
Here, I'm just trying to think of a funny way to say that. Flashbang tip? Minus bang?
Oh God. Oh God. 60. I mean,
yeah.
So like, here's my thing. They're giving a lot of information. ChocoCheck is, and GGPR is just latching upon it and annihilating them. That's what we've seen, round after round at this point.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that Molly was doing, but
in a Molly.
True. Yeah, well, I mean, to take a look at it a little bit more closely, you can kind of, if you just take a look at the minimap right now, look how they're set up. This is actually probably one of the more competent setups that they've had so far. However, they're completely giving up cat. So this gives the CTs a place to retake the site from. So say they lose Lowrider here, exactly. They lose Lowrider, but these players can play down from lower. But if they lose Inshaniak, things get a little bit more interesting. But they still they have still gotten 60 and Zodic down to super low HP. So Arcus can now make this long wrap super quickly. Doesn't have to worry about it. So now these two players are stranded in a position where JMP is watching the cross, and now it's just Zodic on the site. He will be able to get this plant down, but he's not going to be able to plant for long because he does still have to worry about that player who could be on Cat. So now they're worrying about Cat, but they know that there is a player CT. But, you know, you take a look here, and Arcus is all the way around, but JMP might get fooled by himself, and the answer is yes. So now all they have to worry about are these two angles and one player to deal with. So 60 low will go down. So now it's just Arcus versus Zodic.
Yeah, Arcus, he's making his way out. Exotic is holding over here below. Oh, they win the fight. That was a fairly difficult one to win at that. ChocoCheck will come out with a third round. Of course, there's plenty of economy to buy with, and a pause will come out from ChocoCheck Gaming.
And looks like we lost Shrek once again. So I'll give them credit. That was actually it was a competent take of the A site. It was almost fooled. It was almost fooled by Arcus, but I think he was a little bit too slow. If he played that a little bit faster and didn't leave JMP out on an island, I'm pretty sure that would have been a round that would have went GGPR's way. If he was just a little bit less hesitant with taking that flank. So now, you know, 9-3, ChocoCheck finally have their, like, they're starting to, I think that was like their first gun round, actually.
Yeah,
but
Tropical. This is going to be a prolonged time out.
Oh, dear. Yeah, we're losing multiple players.
Yeah, who needs to watch the game anyway, honestly?
Oh, we got Shrek back. Okay.
Oh, Shreky. Congratulations. I think Tropical's rejoined. Yeah,
there we go.
It is.
Well, now we can finally kind of get back into things. And the buy is going to be good for GGPR. They got plenty of money coming out of that. So that's why they went for that. And ChocoCheck is going to be struggling because they only have about 3K each. So
yeah,
we'll be seeing Galil's come out. And we will see a zoo spot by Shrek. So I guess they're going to try and farm some eco here. Don't know how well that's going to go for them because they really haven't gotten into any close quarters duels in this game so far.
This is Dust too. So, I mean,
listen. I mean, unless he pulls a Boomich, like I don't know if we're going to see anything crazy here. If he gets a Zeus, then I don't know. Something will happen. I'll say something else. Did you see that Arcus has his Twitch channel on his knife handle for his name tag?
Wait, does he?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, if he does, we all need to follow him.
That's kind of big brain. Whoa, okay, the flashbang keeping JMP alive, but the spray is so good.
Oh, God. Oh, God. ChocoCheck, get out of there, please.
Anytime GGPR tries to contest Longhouse with 2 or more players, they win that duel. And right now we're seeing a perfect example of that. Now they're just chilling around because they've lost bomb. They took bomb out Longhouse. You've handed over AKs, you've handed over so much information, and now the CTs can, you know, maybe plan on a wrap, and, you know, even 60 getting tagged down through that smoke, and if JMP fires one more bullet, yeah, I don't know.
Who is the IGL for ChocoCheck? Does anyone know?
I don't know at this point.
God. Oh, God.
I actually have no idea at this point.
The no-scope through the smoke, through the wall to get the kill. That's...
So, to clarify for the people in chat, you won't see this for another 150 seconds, but...
It is. Oh, that's brilliant. This knife does have his Twitch on his channel.
Yeah, but with ChocoCheck, the situation they're in right now is that 3 of their players are temp banned for the ESEA investigation. So, it's not a permanent ban on them currently, but barring the outcome of the full investigation, then we will see permanent action taken. Now, considering that they're 3 of those players were caught on recording, then they're not in a great position. And look at this, they're just running into Exotic, able to get 2 before he finally gets traded out. And oh, look at that, Arcus is already on the flank too. Was that a boost? That was. Oh, and they don't even know Exotic's on the site, but 11-3.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. So also as well with that, with those ESIC temp bans, so they only banned off, I believe, 3 of the players. So they had enough people on the roster to continue playing. Now, whether or not they, more stuff comes out of the investigation, it's a reaction based on the evidence that was provided per the audio recordings before. So looks like they're going to try and take this towards B, but look at this. They've given them long control. Take a look at that mini-map. You see where these GGPR players are going? They're getting so much information right now.
Yeah, this just isn't a, this is a pug.
Well, the problem right now is ChocoCheck doesn't know what they want to do, so they're just walking on mid and lucky to get
Shrek.
1 out of that.
Let's go get 1. Good job, Shrek. But the rest of your team's dead. Now it's all down to Rek in a 1v2. And they know where he is. They know he's over here at over here at doors at mid, but here's the thing. He's still trying to take the fight. Leave. Get out of there. Save. Do something else. Don't go for this. Your economy's broken. Bring over the AK. There is nothing for you to do. Rek, don't do. You're going to peek into the AWP.
To be fair, before we will put a pause on the pleads. They do have they are a max loss bonus, but oh wait, hold on, my brain is inverted.
Yeah, brain's inverted. That's okay.
We pulled one of those again.
I
we did the same thing.
did. Oh baby, I guess you had to go for it. Why'd you go for it for that angle though? Because
I don't know, man. They've got no success from anywhere else. I mean, it's so difficult with some of these games where it's difficult with blowouts because you kind of lose track of the rounds because you're not used to seeing 3 on one side of the scoreboard most of the time.
I know. Usually I'm expecting much better games. I'll be completely honest.
Yeah.
EU has like ruined my CS mentality when it comes for NA. It's like oh yeah.
Oh man, don't be doing NA like that. There's blowouts in the EU.
Yes, but
come on.
I know, but usually like I'm watching like Oscar pull off like a 1v5 ace, so I'm just like yeah.
Well, I don't know if we've seen that out of ChocoCheck. At least not on Dust 2. Maybe we'll see something more out of them on Overpass, but their chances of winning this are not amazing.
Okay, he finds 2 and Shaniak good for 1. Exotic good for 1 as well as they explode out onto this B site. I said A. Ooh. But, of course, now the retake looking to come on out. Now, Rek looking to go through window. Ooh, Shrek's got a good angle. I think they might know where he is. Ooh! Nice little 1-tap. We'll be able to find 1. Explodes out onto sight. It's dealt with. Lowrider now last man standing in a very peculiar... Oh, my God! Lowrider. Okay. You can do that. Nicely done. 13 for GGPR.
I'm just kind of confused. You want to know why? Because how did ChocoCheck nearly beat RBG? I mean, maps, of course, yes, maps. Teams are wildly different map to map, but okay, all right. Tags being turned back and forth down mid as well. Oh, and a kill going the way of Shaniak as well.
Oh
2.
My God. Oh. Shaniak. Yeah, well, we're down to a 3 versus 5 now. This is... Oh, no, you're still fighting a shot. Stop fighting a Shaniak. Why would you fight a Shaniak down mid? He's already proven himself. It's a 3rd for Shaniak. Oh, 2nd for Shaniak, sorry. But, oh, God.
Yeah, I mean, so basically that was so much time. They spent so much time trying to, like, weasel out in Shaniak and get that kill secured finally that, it was just they get handed over the site for free and now, they can just tap away and they'll take out Rek as well. And, okay, taking out Lowrider. Good shot from 60, but he's in a 1v2 post-plant. This is just about holding on to your guns at this point because your loss bonus hasn't really secured itself yet. And,
60 go. You looking for exits?
You're looking for exits.
Gonna be able to find 1. That's gonna be it though. Does take a couple rifles out of the hands of GGPR, which would have been the goal in that scenario, which is decently done by him. JMP will carry over an AK, but the rest of his team can't really buy and afford it. Be at least 2-3 AKs on the field, but that's gonna be about it. We'll probably see Mac 10s on the other 2 players, which would make a lot more sense.
Well, I think really when it comes to that economic damage, they really can go full AK here, and it looks like, yeah, see how Lowrider's on the scout? What 60 did by taking that battle was effectively take away the chance at GGPR picking up an AWP for this round. Now, the thing is, though, is it doesn't really matter because ChocoCheck's on an eco. Well, they're on a force buy with 60 on an AUG for some reason, but yeah, they're just doing a full buy down except for Zodic. So I mean, there's no real rational way to explain this.
It's not worth it here. It won't make any sense.
No.
Oh, good shots all 60 though. It's good for 2, but not 3. Arcus will finish off the other. Just like that, it's down to Wreck and Exotic, both being tagged down and tapped all the way down to 15 HP. Exotic will be. And Wreck will lose his life tag. Just Lowrider repeaking it, taking the fight and winning at the gamble. And match point.
15-3. Well, we have seen a 15-3 on was that on D2? Was that Ents game on D2? I'm not putting any curses here, but I'm just curious. Was that Ents choke on a D2? It was this exact scoreline, that's all I'm saying. But, well, you know, with the weaponry, they've got Deagles combined with an AWP, and if they lose 60 right away, I don't give them very high hopes, considering he's responsible for 15 kills, whereas Shrek and Tropical both have 5 combined.
Exotic will be able to find 1, and yeah, okay.
Did drop the bomb, and ooh, run boost out of this. Failed. Looks like they might just double wide swing this.
Not good for 1, and a lever. Shrek
Oh,
left.
no.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Pardon?
Sure. Alrighty, we can do it that way, I suppose, chat. We can just leave.
Did Shrek leave while he was still alive?
Yeah, he did.
He was on the AWP, wasn't he?
I don't
no,
know if he was...
who was on the AWP there? Because
I don't know. I don't know. But now we're waiting for a little bit, chat. So we've got map number 2 coming up in just a few moments. So don't go anywhere. This game is interesting.
Confusing. It's confusing. But,
It's
well,
a
16-3. You know what? Take it.
16-3. We're going to overpass next. Maybe ChocoCheck's got something. Maybe they were going through working out their strats all day. Maybe that's why they were late. Maybe they were over here just...
Strat building.
Book.
Yeah.
Exactly. Last minute strat book coming up. Who knows? Anyway, that's going to be about it for the meantime. We'll be back in just a few, so don't go anywhere. If you guys are enjoying, you can follow the channel. You can follow us both on Twitter. And we're just kind of having to giggle at this game. Or at least the last map. Hopefully, we can be a little bit more serious into the next. We'll see you guys in a few.
No pulse and all alone. Time's not kind and it won't let go. No thoughts left in my head. My mind's not mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black. Cause the soul in me and the heart I have for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to oh, you bring me to now you bring, oh, you bring, oh, you bring me back to life. Bring me to life. No. I stopped to my side, tried to run on a faulty line. I'm safe only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. Does she bring me back? Not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it bleeds again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 You bring me to life.
Yeah. Let's talk. Look, ayo, we rose from the dust to the sun. They claiming that we the one, never one-on-one. Teamwork till we done. Sent on a mission, we got ambition. Never scared, we won't run. Never one and done. Some sit back and some like the hunt. I pick my teammates up when they fall. And if I ball, we all ball. Crashing balls, crossovers and all. Just call us the balls. Don't fear nothing, call us galore. Serving them all. We outside, we barely indoors. Because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back. this is the moment to go. This is the moment to shine. This is the moment to show. Show me the rocks you can climb. This is the moment to feel the path like you legally blind. I can promise this is ours cause we built for this, kill for this. Pushing buttons so it's quick, push it off a new assist. Oh, y'all think we new to this? Pound for pound, break it down. Watch what we gon' do with this. Teamwork got us fluid with. Make y'all look like sewages. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back. Never let you double cross them. Moving through the city like it's Gotham. They told me get one, so I got one. Stop saying you're a boss when you not one. You ain't sacrificed, nah, you ain't lost none. All over the gram like you got a bag. You ain't big dog, we ain't hear none of that. I'm in the gym looking like a running back. And you know the flow, got him coming back. Who I was in the past, I'm unattached. Only focus in this moment is bringing the summer back. Oh, respect my grind, elevate soul.
Number 2, it's ChocoCheck versus GGPR. GGPR absolutely sweeping map number 1. I forgot to turn on the volume. That's smart. But we're in map number 2. This is ChocoCheck's Gaming's first. Hopefully, this will be a map they can perform a little bit on.
Ooh, good shots from Zonic, but immediately, that damage is immediately neutralized. But now it's Lowrider just tapping and getting heads for free. Look at that. Oh, beautiful shots. Now it's just 60 left. 1v5. He's all the way down by Monster. Last player alive. Glock in hand. We don't know his location, but they do have the bomb. So tapping at Inshaniak, but Inshaniak unable to get it done. So now it'll just be 60. He does have a chance. It's still a 1v4 with the Glock, and he'll be put out of his misery by Lowrider. Lowrider with the ace.
Did you say Inshaniak twice, or did I go crazy for a minute there?
Inshaniak twice?
Yeah, I feel like you said Inshaniak, and I was like, did I?
I think I might have ended a phrase with Inshaniak and then began a phrase with Inshaniak.
Okay, I was going insane from it there. I was like,
you've been casting too much today.
I solo cast for a while today, man.
Oh man, but yeah, look at that. GGPR starting their CT side out strong. I mean, if you let Lowrider pick up an ace, I mean, you know, what are you gonna do? So.
Yeah, initial tag coming out as well. Lots of HP damage to the side of ChocoCheck Gaming. Looking still to aggress over here. Don't know if that's all too smart, because here comes Inshaniak, able to find 2. Lowrider good for 1. And just like that, please back off.
Stop. Back to pleading.
Stop! Oh, God.
Yeah,
oh, no, Inshaniak's just jumping and shooting. He's done. Oh, God.
He's already dead. Stop. He's already dead. Oh, man. It's one of those casts, really.
Oh, I'm tired.
Man, 2-0 for GGPR. Clean. Once again, they only have 1 death on their side this time, and Shania kind of ruined it this time around. did take that L in the first round and did die, but ChocoCheck does have guns now. Finally, they have no utility, really. I mean, they've got a couple of flashbangs, 2 smokes, and a Molotov. Make that 1 flashbang remaining. Nothing really useful done out of that flashbang, but they are going full 5-man for bathrooms and A-site control. They already have 2 players down to 17 health, but 60 just being the walking turret, opening up with the first.
Those 2 AKs were reloading at the exact same time. It was very cool to hear. But R2 is going to be able to find the first one on the strike.
Ooh, stereo AKs, but also, yeah, Arku's just finding players, caught from the long angle, however, but well, now it's once again just down to 60, but 60 can be counted on. He's got 3 kills now. He would have to ace to win this round, but with both GGPR players here, he is going to try and fight his way back for long. So the person who's going to be the one to catch him here is going to be Exotic. He does only have an MP9, so now with the chance for the ace, it's 60 in a 1v1, JMP, the player to beat. The question is, how do they play around bathrooms here?
Yeah, there is an M4 that's picked up in JMP's hands. He's going to have to be able to find this final kill. 60 is making this difficult. He's looking for an ace. He's looking to clutch up and shut up all on his own. And honestly, he needs to do that a little bit on Twitter as well. But JMP might be the one to silence him. 60 starting to make his way around. Ooh, the angle on this. It's just right. Planning over here at Dice in the final few seconds. That'll be heard by JMP. 60 doesn't seem to have the read. Oh, there it is. He'll be able to find the ace in the first round of ChocoCheck Gaming.
Well, I mean, if you're going to win rounds by just saying 60 go kill, it's like a Zywoo kind of situation. I mean, I can respect that, but at the same time, it's like, this does also raise questions as far as, you know, how is ChocoCheck using their spot at the moment? So, I mean, you know, they do get that ace, and Rek is now just chilling in spawn. Hasn't bought anything yet. Buys up now. They will be on
he's
triple Galil setup. Oh, but Lowrider. Get on that first kill. What is this default? Just have a player walk out monster? I can't.
I don't know if it's a default, mate.
Well, I'm just so confused because they're playing it like it is a default, but they are also not playing it like it's a default. They're positioning as if they were in a default, but they're playing like it's a set strat. It's so weird. So now they've got 2 players going in for water control. 60 going to be sitting back, likely for a flashbang onto site. That'll be hard to deal with, especially with Arku's sitting back. And JMP, both of them over there. It's actually a Molotov to clear out the angle from barrels, but it's not going to be that much to deal with. JMP and Exotic being the 2 who get the kills there. This does leave 60 again in a situation where he does need to ace in order to win the round.
Yeah, he's in a fairly difficult situation, but Lowrider and Co. have the angle and will be able to find the third. Silence him fairly quickly there, and things will get back underway. They'll be back onto a bit of a deco. They'll have a singular deagle, in fact, and then two deagles. Good job. Look at the God. None of them have kills.
Well, I mean, 60 has kills. Yeah, if you take a look at the scoreboard, it's currently 7 kills for 60, 0 for the rest of the entire squad.
That's not fun. 60, you're trying your best. I appreciate that. I don't know what else to tell you.
I'd say uninstall Twitter, but that would just be what I would say.
Oh, God. I made the first comment, to be fair.
Oh, Long already going for some action, but Lowrider's been pretty sharp today. His own teammate nearly killing him off the flashbang, but there goes 60, so that'd be your only hope for the round. Ooh, Rek actually getting a kill with the Glock, and Exotic trading for another.
First 2 kills for them coming on out. He's got an AK. He's got a Will. There might be a way. I don't know if he's getting the jump spell on Arcus. He will. Ooh. Nicely done. Will be able to find himself a second. We're going to see another clutch come up here from ChocoCheck. I mean, it's possible. Exotic, he's looking spicy right now. Looks like GGPR won't decide just to play one on each side. Play a bit more together. That's understandable. And all get an MP9. You don't want those to be separate. If you guys can play that together, have one go up in the face. then one play the long range shall be favorable.
This is such a weird rotate. So Zonic, I guess, deciding to go all the way back down long and then re-go through bathrooms. But the problem is walking right into a stack. Now the question is, will the GGPR players just be playing for a bomb plant? But if he swings out into this angle, oh, he wins the duel. Now he knows. He knows that they're going to be together, I think. Oh, he doesn't. He doesn't know he doesn't know. He thinks he's over there. But
Nicely done, Exotic. Going to be able to find JMP a second round heroics, having to come out from each player individually in order to really show things up.
I gotta say, Lowrider has 14 kills, by the way. That's kind of crazy. Well, we finally have some response from Choco. So they've put themselves finally into a situation where they break the CT side economy, and it looks like they're going to be sending this one to the B bomb site fast. One player sitting in connector. They will have to deal with 3 CTs on this site, and Inshaniak also fighting his way down connector as well. So it'll be a double smoke. This will leave a little bit of doubt, but the gun advantage is pretty heavy, and they do also have a utility advantage for ChocoCheck. So this is a very likely chance that we do see this round get tied up unless we see some heroics on these Deagles.
Yeah, they have to be Tropical, going to be able to find one, get some tags, and JMP able to find one. Shrek finds the other, and just like that, Lowrider last man standing. In a 1 versus 4 scenario, has to get a 4K, but Shrek will end his life. Third round for ChocoCheck Gaming, bringing it to a tied game.
Oh, also, make sure you, is the series score updated on the HUD?
I forgot.
Ah, perfect. Whatever. We got it figured out now. Just a 150-second delay, so we did see your messages, chat. Thank you for that. But GGPR will be on a full save now, and they are going for what's going to be a nade stack over towards Fountain here. Lots of players to take possible damage here. The nades are late, but oh, the damage rains in. They have a chance to get some kills, but the damage rained in on GGPR instead.
Yeah, they're trying to get a bit more there, but Arcus, he's just looking spice with the dig. Will be able to find one, and Shaniak and Lowrider fall. And Arcus will be cut out from behind. Now JMP, last man standing, needs to find a 1 versus 3 in order to bring this back. Oh no! Catches them off guard. If he had a little bit more control on there. But fourth would, if you play that a little bit slower, he'd take a shot for the second person, and then the third, he will have caught him completely off guard and could have taken it. But he did shoot a little bit preemptively there. He wanted to get a kill, but
yeah, patience doesn't really help, but that kill does give them enough money for Inshaniak to be on a native UP. So, I mean, you know, it is what it is. That round wasn't super likely. I mean, maybe a little bit more patience and you get a freak win round out of that, but going fast B here, and look at this. We're seeing a strategy out of GGPR where they just take this water control, and this puts them in an excellent position to fight off these players trying to come from Monster. We saw this actually in Pro League as well, and look how it's being used here. This does put them into a post-plant situation with 60 getting the bomb down, but it also puts them in a bit of an advantage, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a 3 versus 4. This has gone down to a fairly sticky situation. Red taking the fight with Lowrider will win it out, and Shaniak good for 1. Brings it down to a 1v2. Rat good for another, and Exotic good for the other. Now down to Shaniak. Oh, 1. Now taking the Abdul up close, playing around the pillar. The no-scope from Exotic's a miss. They're playing ring around the Rosie, and Exotic takes the win. A 5th round for the side of ChocoCheck Gaming.
Oh, man. I really enjoy how they both missed their first no-scopes there. Like, the amount of no-scopes that got missed in that couple of seconds was kind of incredible. But ChocoCheck in the lead on their T side, and this does reset the economy for GGPR. They will be on pistols. They will be able to buy next round. It will be a little hampered, likely, but they are not in a terrible situation with their economy, seeing as they did at least pick up some kills for that round. But ChocoCheck with a little bit of fire coming to this one, it's looking a lot better than the last map.
Yeah, it's looking a little bit better for them, and they're certainly doing much better. They've actually got 2 more rounds than they did previous map. And, oh lord, they need to do a lot more. They've got themselves the Deagles on the side of GGPR. They can start to do work with them, because they have the armor as well.
Now, there's just one thing that I've been seeing a lot recently, and this has been mainly something I've seen in Pro League and a little bit in Premier as well, is that if the CTs just hold on to this bathrooms control and you let the Ts take long, it's almost an impossible take for the Ts. So now they kind of fight their way in here, and they're going to try and take this bathrooms control. But oh, if Lowrider starts hitting shots like that, things are going to get sketchy, but Tropical does get the trade. But like I was saying with Pro League, it kind of feels like T-sides start out really strong for a lot of teams, and as I say that, Zonic and Shrek both getting 2 to enter the rear of the site, leaving in Shawniak with an AK-47 in a 1v4. He just knows that there is a player behind here, so I'll pause my thoughts for a second, but Tropical winning the duel. It'll be 6 rounds for ChocoCheck, but I guess what I was trying to say was it comes down to, I think that on Overpass, it's honestly one of the worst things to start on the T side. It's almost a mental thing, and I've seen it happen so many times where teams will start on their T side and they'll start really good, but then they start to kind of drop some more rounds as they get close to the end of the half, and then they go into their CT side with 0 momentum, they lose the pistol, and then it just completely falls apart from there. It's the CT side, the first couple of rounds are always so difficult because it's almost like trained in that manner where you need to have 1 to 2 ops to really be super competitive on it, in my opinion. And with the way that the CT economy currently works, it really doesn't favor you if you are playing CT side on the second half.
Yeah, also, I do want to apologize. The stream seems to be having some issues. There's a little bit of, I'm having some internet drops every now and then. It keeps going up and then down, and I do want to apologize for that. I'm not exactly sure why I'm having these consistency issues here in the evenings. But we are in the 10th. ChocoCheck is up by 3, and they're looking to do a little bit more. They'll need to find quite a bit in order to really turn things around. Got themselves a 3-round advantage, but they're down by a map, and they lost quite a few rounds there. They've really got to pull things together on this one and take it to a 3rd.
No damage traded, really. Shrek does have 2 HP down, but Shawniak immediately traded out. And this will be a fast A-pop. No players here to deal with it, so this will be a retake setup. But if they drop the what are they doing? They just dropped the bomb out the open, and Shrek now has to cross into open territory, but lucky save by Tropical hopping up. And this looks like it's just going to be a farm as Zonic picks up another 2 quick op frags, leaving Arcus in another 1v4 situation.
Oh, Arcus gets the first 2, but he's tagged down ever so low. And 6E behind him will prove to be a bit of a problem. Looks like he'll opt to try and take the fight. We're towards dumpsters. That'll work in his favor. 6E silences him fairly quickly. And a 7th is put together. Nicely done by ChocoCheck. Looking a lot better on this T side of Overpass, especially on their second map.
It's looking a lot better. That's definitely for sure. ChocoCheck kind of, they were very weak in those opening rounds. They were really relying on individual plays to get them into things, but GGPR now trying to, they're a little bit stuck clawing for some real advantage and some map control here, and they've been on, it feels like they've been on saves so much, and the nade's doing good damage to Shrek and Tropical. But so far, it feels like GGPR really hasn't been able to use their gun rounds in a really meaningful way. And I think it comes down to a little bit to Shawniak. He's made a couple of mistakes with the AWP where he's been trying to play off of close bathrooms, or he's been playing in situations where he's not traded easily. Because they left him on that A bomb site by himself and gamble stacked for the B site. But really not really good for your gun round.
Oh.
Ooh, boy.
That was a slaughter by ChocoCheck. They're going to find the first 3, and just like that, it's all down to Exotic and JMP. They'll have to try and bring things back all on their lonesome. I'm not sure they're going to be able to do it here. They've got a Deagle armor and a P250 in armor. This is looking to be another round for ChocoCheck.
Yeah, look at that trade. They trade the op out for 6E, just to give the guns over to the team with the lesser amount of health, and now these CTs have made their way down to the B site, so they are either saving their armor here or they're gambling for B. Now they're going to hear this utility go down. It looks like they will be finding their way back up to the A site, where they're going to have to deal with 4 players armed to the teeth with guns and utility. The bomb hasn't gone down yet, but it's a little bit late for them to get onto site to really stop anything now.
Yeah, this retake would have to come out. Looks like they're just going to be looking for exits. It's not a bad call here. They want to damage the economy of ChocoCheck as much as they can. And they're going to need to find the frags to do that. But Exotic and 60 will quickly finish that off. An 8th is collected, and the half will be collected for the side of ChocoCheck Gaming.
Kind of feels like right now we need to see a little bit more out of both Exotic and JMP on the side of GGPR. We haven't seen too much out of them. We will finally see that double op. So now this is that late stage for the CT side where it starts to get very sketchy. Team Knife from Exotic on the ChocoCheck side. Not a great start, but now you're getting to that spot where GGPR is able to hold on to these double ops, and this is really strong for their map control. However, they're not set up for this B site. They gambled up towards Fountain, but this does give them tons of information to work with, and with ChocoCheck not taking this one quickly, this could spell disaster for Choco in this round.
It really could. Ooh, starting to play aggressive. Shrek gonna be able to find the initial. Won't be able to find a second, though. And Shaniak quick with it, but Exotic, it's quick as well. Finds Lowrider. It's it down to a 3 versus 4. The take still looking to go to his B site. I kind of would fall off here and push back towards A because there's no one on that site now. Everybody has rotated over. And Shaniak looking good with the AWP, finds another.
Yeah, now here's the issue for ChocoCheck. You got 50 seconds. You could take it to the other site, but then you would be very clearly letting them know that you are making that rotate happen. But look at that. The CT's already made their way on. They just handed over the B site for free. They just waited them out, and now they're going to get a free plan out of this, and now it's going to be a retake with 2 ops and an M4 and an Exotic, but you have no utility to work with. So it's just going to be down to whether or not these ops can hit these long-range shots and they give you these duels.
Yeah, but ChocoCheck aren't playing this diligently and wait for the drops, and Shanek is found, and Exotic as well. 60 showing up like a madman will find 2. The trade does come through on the wreck, but Exotic is there with the up and will finish it off.
Sheesh. So that was a really good chance for GGPR, and rightfully called. You'll have to double check and let me know which timeout this is for, but I'm fairly certain I know. I'm fairly certain this is going to be a GGPR timeout.
And it is.
And that is a very reasonable thing to call at this current moment. They haven't seen any real impact out of Exotic currently. JMP as well hasn't really rung out for a few rounds. They've been struggling to kind of find their footing, and considering they just wasted out those double ops, they could be doing things a little bit better. So here we are. We're going into round number 13 at the moment. It will be another full save for GGPR. They do have a few deagles, but they are in a position where they can buy into their next round, so nothing too crazy. AWP, and they're just going to take this fast onto this B site, and Exotic does open up finally after a couple of rounds and get himself a kill. But now these players in a very unique situation as they try to make their way up. They're burning around in the smokes, but bomb goes down, planted safe, but Arku's opening up for another, and these trades just going back and forth. Good damage done by the CT so far. Now it's just 60 and Exotic. 3 deagles, 1 deagle, 5-7 remaining. Exotic holding the tight angle with the AWP. Will get the arm shot off, and we'll get the last one as well. Exotic opening up really well into some of these later T-sided rounds. 18 kills on Exotic at the moment.
Yeah, nicely done by him. Really pushing it through, but Exotic and 60 carrying the entirety of the weight for ChocoCheck. The side of GGPR is a little bit more spread out, but it's still fairly one-sided.
Yeah, GGPR really hasn't been able to find some of these closing duels, and it's put them into some very unique situations, that's for sure. So the question is, you know, are they really built out for overpass, or will we be seeing our third map? 60 also getting a clean shot onto Inshaniak. And oh, Cat caught midair. Lowrider somehow winning that duel. 60 picking up the AWP as well. So the second that Arcuz swings this back out, oh my lord, what is going on over there? So much damage done. But this is gonna look like, this is looking like an A end here for Choco. 60 not fast enough on the AWP to catch that kill, and will opt to go back to the AK-47. So here comes the execute. The CT's not in a very good position to deal with this.
They are able to find one to bring it back into their advantage, but the thing is, Lowrider and JMP are so low. Lowrider does get out good damage. JMP able to find one as well. Just like that, it's fallen apart. Wreck, last man standing, dealt with by Arcuz. They pick up a fourth. They don't want to let this go to 11-4. They want to bring this 5-10 at most.
That was honestly the most coordinated round I've seen out of GGPR so far in this half. They managed to put themselves into situations where they could take these fights where the T side wouldn't really be knowing where they would need to look. So they were confused on what angles they needed to worry about, and it was just overall just a very good A site setup. So good on them, and they finally pull in some rounds. This is all about getting a couple pity rounds before going into the next half here. It looks like they're going to try and really contest for connector here. This is a very heavy B side lean for both sides. Question is, this round entirely hinges on these players in connector. But if Arcuz just swings out...
Nicely done by him. Gonna be able to find Shrek. Brings it down to a 4 versus 4. Tropical there for a trade as well. Finds that refrag that is much needed. And a swing by Inshaniak, not gonna net them anything. That's not great.
Yeah, now you're left 3v2, bomb down. 50 seconds left on the clock, but not a lot of options for ChocoCheck. AWP does afford them some opportunities, and with Exotic playing the way he has, things could get very scary for the CTs. But if the other Exotic hits some shots and leaves you in a 1v1, then we get to see another round for GGPR, ending the half 5-10, or 10-5 if you like to put it that way.
10-5. GGPR down by 5, but they did show up there right at the end of that first half. Now they need to show up in force here at the beginning of the second half. Can't let ChocoCheck get too far away with this just yet.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, and this is kind of where I see this is kind of one of those things with Overpass where I think we might be seeing some of that same T side, CT side struggles, because if you notice, it really, like, they opened it up with a couple of CT sided rounds for GGPR, and then they kind of fell into this lull where they didn't quite have the capital to kind of take some of the duels and take some of the fights that they wanted to, but then they finally got themselves into it, and you know, then they started picking up some of those rounds towards the end. So this is where that pattern starts to become concerning, and I think GGPR will have a really good shot going into the next half.
I think they will. They're going to really need to do a lot of work, though. It's going to take a lot of back pain from these players if they do want to try and bring it into a tied scoreline. They got 5 rounds that they have to work with, and they have 5 rounds that they have to bring back. They need to do that pretty quickly at that. I think we've got a bit of a wait for us before this half begins.
Well, really just comes down again with a lot of the a lot of the things that we've seen a lot in Overpass and the way that this map has progressed, it's a matter of kind of seeing where these players will, you know, how will they kick this off? Because a lot of the comebacks that we've seen that start on the T side in the second half on Overpass have really come out of making sure that you secure those first couple of rounds in a relatively clean manner, because then you're immediately setting the CTs off, or if at least you make the CTs kind of have to fight to build their economy, because if you make them have to trade back and forth on rounds, you will have a very significant advantage on that T side. It's just a matter of playing the economy in a way that we've seen a lot before, and we're about to see right now as we do finally find ourselves back into the second half.
So I was trying to figure out where like Shrek came from, because he does have a profile name. Yeah, well, I was trying to figure out where he came from, but he played one map with a team that played in like an online tournament called Glizzy Gang. But on that team was Retchie, Marv, Shanks, and Poise. 2018.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any thoughts about that except for lol. Yeah, I don't know. But CT's all opting for armor here. Shrek and Tropical as well. Swapping over some P2000s, and Arku's going down immediately. Not a great start for the T side. They also have this triple boost going, watching for water right now.
That's interesting. I mean, maybe they got this strategy. Maybe it's gonna work out for them. It's a bit of a long shot. Oh, they're not checking it. Sexy gonna be able to find one, finds two, but doesn't find three, and Shaniak will find a trade, but the damage is done. And Shrek and Co are already on the site. Shrek gonna be able to find one. Exotic finds another. But he's now down to a 1 versus 3. Trying to take individual fights. Uh-oh. Oh, no way you find a kill there.
Well, I mean, you do prevent the CTs from holding over a ton of armor, but they win the round and they can buy themselves some guns. So that triple boost is actually something I first saw in a Nade King video. So
yeah,
maybe they've been watching some YouTube recently. Who knows? But worked for them that round, but the question is, will it continue to work for them? Do they have any tricks up their sleeve? Because it really doesn't feel like we saw a super dynamic CT side from GGPR, and missed Molly doesn't give me a lot of hope here, but JMP going down really low. And they're just going to kind of fight their way through bathrooms here. It doesn't look like they're going for any sort of explicit strat here. Just handing over the bomb. They'll hand over a couple of these final kills, leaving Arcus with the Deeg kind of chilling. I don't really ever support the idea of doing a pistol round lurk. It never really works out because you kind of need those guns firing to kind of confuse the ChocoCheck players.
Yeah, no, Arcus. Oh,
ooh,
nice shot.
If you can isolate these 1v1s. Won that statement right there.
Yeah, that's a thing.
That's for sure. ChocoCheck, 12 rounds. GGPR still have to find their answer, but this is their round to make it happen. Now with full AKs, their utility will be hampered because of their decision to purchase Deagles into the last round, but they are at a advantage going up against ChocoCheck. However, ChocoCheck does have lots of utility to work with, so these Ts will have to burn most of it trying to find their way onto the site.
They gotta play this fairly well.
Oh.
And Arcus, he's in a good position. I don't think they noticed he got it to there. This could be a bit of a problem if you're not careful. There's
opening up.
Ooh, good stuff out of GGPR. Immediately execute on the sites and take it for their own. Exotic now last man standing. Looking to keep dueling away in a 1v5 situation. He has to ace. I think he should try and get out of dodge. Yeah, looks like he will.
He's got the money to work with, theoretically here, but you won't have that money in later rounds. So there's that final call. will run away with it. You're not dealing with any sort of loss bonus, so you will be very hampered in your next round. So holding onto this M4 is a good idea. And GGPR finally finding some success. They don't drop a single player going into that. A lot of damage, but no dead. Six rounds. Begin the comeback. Begin the comeback alarm.
Begin the comeback. Oh gosh. Yeah, well, they are currently looking kind of dicey over on the GGPR side. They certainly do have one heck of a buy to go up against. Exotic on the two French Ramasses, 2 and 4s. If you've got all AKs, you're gonna have to take these fights and take them smartly.
Smart. I like that. Intelligently take these duels.
I mean, that's what they gotta do.
Don't take them dumbly. But this is a heavy B lane. They have every single player over here. Nobody towards connector at all. And you're walking into what is essentially 3-man plus a rotator. And if this utility is immediately heard, will drop that first player, but does get traded out.
Yeah, that's gonna stall things out pretty quickly. Now the side of GGPR need to find momentum into this round. Push starting to come through. 2 players over here towards water. Oh, this is such an odd position to be in. Exotic finds one. JMP able to find a trade. But 60 says, hello there. Yes, I like kills. And finds 2. He will be silenced by Lowrider, but Exotic with the AWP will finish him off at 13th for ChocoCheck Gaming.
I don't really think I agree with that play. Just taking 5 out monster was that's a strat that you do if you really don't know the map, in my opinion. If you don't like play it as a team a lot, which I suppose I could go back and take a look at some of those numbers, but we'll go back and we'll get a little bit more information, and I'll come back to you on that one. And they lost to Headshot Kings 16-3 on Overpass. So this is actually an above average showing for GGPR. So considering that they are putting up the fight they are, I'd say that's pretty decent, but you need to have a much better win rate on this map if you're going to be playing in Premiere. So do it. Whoa.
Johnny not gonna be able to find one. Tropical does find a trade. They explode out onto the side, but Rex says hello. Yes, I've got an MP9. It's a fun gun. And finds 2. The trade does come through from Marcus. And now it's all down to Exotic. Exotic, AWP in hand. I don't know if they know exactly where he is, but Arcus, ooh, I think he might have spotted him there.
Misses the heaven smoke as well, so now he's going to keep his eye on that. That does kind of make things worrying because that does stratify the angles they have to look for, but spotting them out. Now the information is there. The question is, you just have to stay in a position where you can't get collided. 37 seconds left. You can plant the bomb, and Arcus can find himself a safe position. The Molotov misses, and Lowrider can now get to safety. Now this AWP has to make a decision on whether or not he wants to back off, and the answer is currently yes.
Yeah, the save call comes through, and a 7th will be picked up by GGPR. They're having a bit of a
hold on.
Is he going for this?
He's thinking about it.
No, I don't think he will.
Yeah, I think just trying to find those exits, trying to catch some players off guard.
There's no one there, though, so it's sort of like...
Yeah, nobody there to catch on the exits, and that'll just be a back off and hold on to the gun.
Yeah, they're going to need that. The economy isn't looking that great for ChocoCheck. We could start seeing a string of rounds out of GGPR.
Yeah, they finally put themselves into a position where they can start to kind of just play off these AKs, play off the guns. Of course, you know, that is the beauty of the T-side economy, is that you can continue to just buy. And Exotic saving over the AWP does give ChocoCheck Gaming a chance in this round. We have seen a couple of aces come out before, so I wouldn't be too surprised if we might see something kind of crazy happen again. And on the boost, but oh, he just gets taken out immediately. The flash was perfect.
Oh. Yeah, just like that, it's ripped apart the side of GGPR. Oh man, Exotic able to find one. I mean, ripped apart the side of ChocoCheck Gaming. Sorry, what am I saying? It's brought down to a 2 versus 5 just like that, and GGPR looking pretty good into this one.
I'm not sure if I like this. 60 with 2 on the pistol. Now it's a 2v1. Lowrider finally gets that trade and makes things a little bit less sketchy, but that was a 4v2. Now it's a 2v1. So if each player is good for 2, then we'd have to assume that Tropical would win this. However, Tropical has been struggling throughout this game, but now they're going to be running right into a loaded AWP. These Molotovs coming in, but he misses the shot.
God, Exotic.
Whew.
Such a quick little shot.
Does put ChocoCheck into a weird spot. Their economy is just whack. So they'll be saving at least one more time, and they should be able to afford an op into next round. But now the T side also has an AWP. So now you're starting to say, okay, comeback might actually happen. This is a little concerning. Now it's a matter of figuring out exactly how they want to do this. And it looks like they're going to be going for that same boost once again. Yep, they're going to be going for this triple boost. One more time, and oh
Oh
no!
my God. Oh dear God!
They get 2 kills out of that? Are you kidding me?
They had 2 boosts going on there. They had a triple and then a double boost.
I just don't. If they have, and now you're handing over guns. You just handed over 2 free guns. Oh,
Gotta check that, especially when you after that first round. Oh my God!
and why is Lowrider just the only player contesting from long? What's going on? GGPR. This is. I'm sorry. This is awful. You can't be taking these duels in this way. Exotic does at least take one more player out. That does remove 60 from the equation, but there's still 2 rifles for the CT side. I'm just so confused why they keep deciding to go up against that B site, and it just puts them into these awkward positions, especially given the tricks that ChocoCheck have up their sleeve on that site, and especially against the antics and the hijinks you're going to see on a pistol round. It just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
And then Lowrider just is submitting himself to death out long as well.
This isn't great. Yeah, Wreck finds and Shawniak, and just like that, Exotic eliminated as well. 14 on the board for ChocoCheck Gaming, converting their little bit of an upgraded buy to pistols.
That might have handed over the map.
Yeah, I do think it might have. But, of course, we do have a map 3 that has to come on up. So the game's not over just yet. There's a will, there's a way. Let's see if they can try and bring things back for GGPR.
So this isn't a perfect buy at all by any means for GGPR. They handed over so many guns that they will be forced down to a Deagle and a Mac-10 and a Galil across 3 of their players. Only 2 players holding over AKs. And now that you've spooked them off this B site, not quite sure what they decide to do here. They are chasing down this. They are chasing down Exotic in bathrooms, and they will lose that player immediately. 60 covering the retreat. Oh,
gosh, so dirty.
This is a player from bathrooms.
Yeah, Arku's able to find one on the opposite end of the site, but Shrek and Co will finish it out. Match point for ChocoCheck Gaming, and the economy is completely dirt for the side of GGPR. I think I'd say GG go next.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a GG go next situation. The second that you lose that full buy to those pistols, you essentially said goodbye to this game. So they will be going to train next. The question is whether or not it'll happen immediately or if it'll close up rather quick. But with the way that ChocoCheck's been playing on this map, I'd say they've got a pretty good shot at taking their pick. And with Exotic opening up onto that first one, and it's just running right into a stack. It's a farm. Exotic and R3 using 2 remaining players. Make that just Exotic with 22 HP, a Tech 9, and some Dreams. And he'll go down to Tropical. ChocoCheck do take their map pick. So far playing out a little bit disappointing if you're GGPR, unable to close out in a 2-0 fashion, considering the way that Dust 2 looked. But now you've built up some of the confidence for the ChocoCheck Gaming side. Now it's just going to be a matter of if you're dealing with an AWP in the hands of Exotic that's playing that well.
Yeah, no kidding. Exotic was looking good into that map, And
That's gonna be concerning for Train.
it will be, because Train's going to be an Opera's Paradise, and you're going to have to keep that in mind throughout the entire time. It'll be interesting to see who's going to be able to come out on top there. The Ops could really decide it. But anyways, chat, we will be back in just a few. We've got map number 3 on the docket, so don't go anywhere. This is looking to be a spicy one.
thoughts left in my head. My mind's on mine and it won't forget. But you bring me back from my darkness black, 'cause the soul in me and the heart I have for you, it bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Bring me to Oh, you bring me to life. Now you bring me back. Bring me to life. No.
I stopped on my side, tried to run on a faulty line. I'm safe, only, even though we burn from the light I bleed. Does she bring me back? Not a heart attack could take away all the love I had for you. It bleeds for you, it beats again. Oh, you bring me to life. 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 Oh, you bring me to You bring me to life.
Yeah. Let's talk. Look, ayo, we rose from the dust to the sun. They claiming that we the one, never one-on-one. Teamwork till we done. Sent on a mission, we got ambition. Never scared, we won't run. Never one and done. Some sit back and some like the hunt. I pick my teammates up when they fall. And if I ball, we all ball. Crashing balls, crossovers and all. Just call us the balls. Don't fear nothing, call us galore. Serving them all. We outside, we barely indoors because we gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Holding on by a thread, couldn't grab nothing. Seems we moved on to a better place. Shine, shine away from the shade. But now that we're here, ain't no going back. This is the moment to go. This is the moment to shine. This is the moment to show. Show me the rocks you could climb. This is the moment to feel the path like you legally blind. I can promise this is ours cause we built for this, kill for this. Pushing buttons, do it quick, push it off and do assist. Oh, y'all think we new to this? Pound for pound, break it down. Watch what we gon' do with this. Teamwork got us fluid with. Make y'all look like sewages. Gave it everything when we had nothing. Gave it everything.
Hey everybody, welcome on back. We are going into map number 3. It is GGPR versus ChocoCheck Gaming. ChocoCheck making a stunning return to form there in map number 2. Looking fantastic. Did go ahead and dunked on the side of GGPR going into that map number 2. It wasn't all that great for the GGPR side on their CT or T side. They were able to put a couple rounds up, but it wasn't the best. Wasn't expected to be the best. But we're going into map number 3 now. It is the decider of this best of 3 series. There's a lot on the line. One team will be out of the tournament, and another team will keep going.
Yep, this is this is all the decider of figuring out who gets what kind of prize money and who gets to move forward. So I mean, with the future of ChocoCheck looking in some pretty serious peril for the most part, it's going to be interesting to see if they're just trying to make their way in and maybe try and salvage some of the careers after what's happened, or how this is going to play out. But with ChocoCheck winning that last map, it's starting to get a little bit concerning for the side of GGPR, especially after they took Dust 2 16-3.
Yeah,
You gotta like cross your fingers and say, maybe they've got something left for Train, but they've been losing a lot of these long range duels, so maybe we'll see something better out of them. But we do have actually some map statistics that we can go over for Train, which is nice, and they do have a 100% win rate on Train, so this is something that GGPR does have a good shot at. They actually 16-2'd OCG. That was their last map. That was the last time they played Train, and that was their last game played in the last 3 months, and the only one that they've played on Train in the last 3 months. So
yeah,
it's not been a regular map in their pool, but it has been a successful one. So as far as ChocoCheck goes, however, Train is also something. This is another situation where you can't really say that it goes one way or the other, because they have nothing in their map pool that really we can get numbers for, and they don't even have Train in their map win statistics for the past 3 months, and I don't think they've played it at all. I don't know if they've even played Train this season, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So, well, this is favoring GGPR for sure, but with the performance of especially Exotic from the Exotic on
which side? Which side are we talking about?
ChocoCheck Exotic.
Okay.
Brain's really struggling with names tonight. I apologize, but with his performance on Overpass, now you've got 2 players who are really going at it. So if we can see that come out a little bit more, then things get dicey. So there's a lot of unknowns in this matchup. And we're still waiting on these players to ready up. I believe we've got everybody readied up but like 1 player. So we're almost ready. You'll just have to bear with us as we chat about Counter-Strike Global Offensive a little more before we talk about it for another possible 40 minutes. So
You okay over there? You okay?
yeah, we're ready. We're ready for a little bit more action,
Okay.
I'm just ready to watch some more Counter-Strike, man.
Yeah,
A lot of waiting around.
Too. It's been a lot of waiting around with this match. We're taking their sweet time to get readied up. Everybody's in server, so I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting on at this stage. I'm just walking around, knifing each other, shooting each other. Some people are standing still, some people are not. Some people are at their computer, some are not. It's taking their sweet time, but I think we'll be getting underway fairly soon now, so I'm gonna throw us into server and let's see how this one pans on out.
Well, you get to watch a little bit more warm up. I mean, get to watch Shaniak do a little bit of aim training here. I gotta say though, the AKs on the side of Choco have been really sharp. It really has felt like Shaniak has really not been able to see as much impact as we've seen him play in the past. I mean, Shaniak has a really strong Inferno. He plays a really good, strong CT-sided op on Inferno, at least from what we've seen. Actually, in the last time I casted in Shaniak, but we've yet to really seen him flourish And it looks like we finally get ourselves into the knife round for this decider map. So hooray, we finally get to see Counter-Strike. Let's go. It's only been like 30 minutes since the end of the last map, but here we are. Pointy thingies in their hands to stabby webby the enemy teamy weemy. It's a regular sponge cast for you.
Yeah, there it goes. GGPR will win that, and they should pick the CT side here.
Yeah, I would see no reason why you'd want to start on T here, really. And they will stay on their CT side. So GGPR starting on the CT side, and this is going to be an opportunity to push themselves ahead here. Like to see some good action in this one. We've seen two maps that have been very one-sided each way, and I really want to see a map that is just close, lots of action and lots of close battles. But check this out, we are into it really quickly. It is going to be looking like a split, but full blind direct. Great shot onto Inshaniak, and now it's just Lowrider on this site. There's a player towards Z, but 2 quick shots from Lowrider, showing he's the king of the USP so far today. But he finally does go down to Tropical, leaving JMP and Z, but he does get the kill. So Shrek going down, 3v2. Tropical does have the bomb, and the plant is going down. So now Exotic playing from the backside of the site, but these players are in a situation where they can pinch in these remaining ChocoCheck players. Oh, and JMP getting the first.
Good stuff out of him. Exotic in a very sticky situation. He's getting pinched from 2 sides, 3 sides now. Gonna be able to find one duel. JMP falls, looking for another. Exotic will silence him. And the first round will go the way of GGPR.
That's nice play. We've seen a lot of great pistol shots out of Lowrider so far in this best of 3.
Yeah, he's been looking good, but the first round is in the books. We're heading into the second. We'll see a bit of a force by come out both squads, I assume here. Bomb going down, T-style by, and so will the CT. How are they going to save in full here for ChocoCheck? No, there we go. Some Deagles, make case. There we go. That's a bit more of what I expected.
Yeah, I think it's become, with the way the T-side economy is, you can just kind of take that. It's not really that detrimental. However, you do have to start worrying about, like the big thing with Train is the second that you start letting dual ops become a part of the picture, things get sketchy. 60 down to 6 HP. Speaking of sketchy, we'll trade that Deagle, or we will trade his AK for a Deagle. And get over to the player with the preferential amount of HP.
Yeah, this is going to be played out fairly slowly for ChocoCheck. They have the rifles to work with. 2 Galils and an AK. 2 Deagles on 60 and Shrek. 60 being tagged down already oh so low. There's no one watching that ramp position. That could be a bit of a problem. The push might start to come on out. There's a player watching from Zed. He's going to need to be able to be the one to make a lot of the first few kills.
Yeah, and with all this utility coming out, they have enough to make an execute. These players will come back over, so the CT's here to make something happen. And Arku is getting 2 out of that situation, as well as Exotic and Shaniak as well, just tapping away. Not necessarily tapping, but he's loading up that gun, taking some shots down the range, leaving just 1 player left alive for the side of ChocoCheck.
Yeah, now Exotic in a 1 versus 4. AK in hand. Oh, gets tagged down oh so low. He jumps away. He's at 2 HP. There's not much he can do here. He needs to back on off and possibly save this AK. There's only 20 seconds left on the clock. It's a possible save, but a very, very dicey one.
Yeah, at this point, you've got so little health that, the CTs could breathe on you and you die. He does see the shadow of he's getting run up on.
Yeah, I know.
Surviving.
Yeah, there goes. Shaniak even finds the headshot with that running spray. And a second round to the side of GGPR, as they're looking to clean up house here on their CT side. They're going to, look at this. All of them have 2 kills. Things are looking good for them.
Nice and even kill distribution.
Yeah, they're equally sharing the payload currently. No one's doing any better than the other. 2 kills each. That's what you like to see.
That's for sure. Now they're all buying into Deagles here. I don't know if I necessarily, I guess it's all you can do on Train really. You've got these long range duels to deal with, and giving yourself that chance. But Marcus just, he's just pushing in, but he's going to likely lose his life unless he's careful and backs. Oh, whoa, Marcus. Dude, what the heck? Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
He was up in, he just pushed all the way up through upper and just landed back. He was running backwards and he just domed, I think he domed Exotic? I don't remember. He got a 3K up there. And
fourth to finish it out. Oh man, third round for GGPR. Well, the kill distribution is certainly disrupted after that. Arcus inning 4 there. That puts them at the third, and the full bite will come out from the side of ChocoCheck. They got themselves AKs. They got themselves the utility to work with as well.
See, now the thing is that the CTs have been able to win these rounds in such a convincing fashion that they have a ton of money to work with. So they don't necessarily, they can't necessarily opt for that extra op going into this round, but they will be able to next round should they pull this one off. Then they can afford to not really pull this one off super cleanly. And they can still carry 2 ops over. So as long as they win this round, oh boy, and they're already playing it rather nicely. Getting that kill over towards Ivy.
Yeah, they put it down to a 4 versus 5 already. There's some movement towards T-Con, some movement towards Ivy. It's looking like a possible A hit. 4 players to respond, though. I don't know if this is a great position to place yourself in for that ChocoCheck side.
Yeah, not much damage done either, so they're just gonna back off of this. I think they're showing some confusion. I mean, Exotic looked like he was gonna follow Tropical back over towards T-spawn, but instead darting back over towards Z, just kind of gets spotted out. This does distract the CTs and might allow the Ts to kind of figure out how they want to attack this A site, but I don't know if they're gonna really be fooling anybody here.
Ooh, 6C, gonna be able to find the first. And Nishaniak finds the trade. Lowrider has the read on the player from Ivy. There's getting spammed at, but will win the fight with 6C. Gets out of dodge for the time being, and Lowrider able to get one. Exotic finds the trade, but he will be found out, and GGPR will claim a 4th.
Yep, and they carry over that AWP, so now you'll be seeing likely a dual op come out. I'd be very surprised if we don't see it. I think we actually might not see the dual op come out. I'm actually really surprised. I think they're talking about it right now. They're talking it over. And yeah, it looks like they're going to opt for that AUG instead. They did take, losing 3 players there. If they lost 2, I definitely think we'd be seeing dual op here, but the AUG is a pretty decent compromise. But look at this, going out fast A right away. Just losing these duels. Yeah,
my lord. Ooh. Tropical will find one. The Lowrider Arcus there for the trade, and Shaniak and JMP will clean it up. A 5th round collected for the side of GGPR. Looking stellar on their CT side.
5 rounds, uncontested. And it's just been kind of back and forth, back and forth. ChocoCheck, no rounds to kind of put on the board at the moment. And we will see that double up come out finally. So once you start to get those clean rounds going, then you're starting to try and work against a CT side that is just absolutely entrenched. And this first op is going to be contesting for upper. He's going to swing out, catch the first player immediately. And now these Ts are just going to be wandering around going, how do we play this? 6C will reaggress, but Exotic on the angle, getting caught in the smoke.
Gosh, 6C, nicely done seeing the feet of Exotic. He'll be able to open up his deagle onto him to trade it back down to even. The side of GGPR. And looking to still clean things up here. And Shaniak finds one, Shrek finds a trade. Exotic tagged down low. Lowrider good for 1, and Shaniak good for 1 more. Leaves it down to Exotic. Exotic gonna be able to find the trade at 20 HP now. Could be leveled. And, ooh, that USPS doing lots of damage. Oh, my God, Exotic. Nice little bit of movement as well.
The bomb is down, though. The bomb is down on this east side.
He's kind of not in a great position.
We've seen some crazy stuff out of Exotic before, though. 2 kills already in the round. Going to decide to go for the full wrap around through CT spawn. And I think JMP might have the read on this one. Still double checking for the Z position. It's AWP, but the scope is heard and the shots are fired. JMP winning a 6th, but lots of economic damage, and they will be able to. It looks like they shouldn't have too much trouble buying into this round, though, considering they are holding over a gun and over 10K on both players before the purchase. We'll strap them back to a single AWP, though. The kills are also enough to allow the T side to pick up that AWP as well. So now they can start to fight. This will probably be the closest round we've seen so far, assuming that we see something creative out of ChocoCheck.
We certainly will have to see something decently
Arcus?
creative. What's Arcus doing? Able to find one. He will be traded back, playing a little bit over aggressive there, but it won't result in them losing the advantage. In fact, it just puts them down to a 4 versus 4. The hold will have to be stellar here, though. JMP will be able to find one, playing on the backside of E-Box. Lowrider finds one as well, and just like that, Wreck and Exotic are the last 2 men standing for ChocoCheck. It's in a 2 versus 4. The bomb is down. There's a molly on it. It'll start to fade. And Wreck needs to start making his way out. They need a smoke to work with. There's a smoke on the ground.
There is one rolling right in front of them.
Yeah, I know. They need to go pick that up. They need that. Because here comes another molly. Yeah, there's the smoke. He backs off. He grabs that bomb. And
Oh, the shot. It doesn't connect, but the second one does. In deciding to re-peek against this AWP is a terrifying prospect, but not if you're Lowrider. Now it's a 1v3. Wreck in this position. Thought this was going to be close, but it really hasn't turned out as close as I was really hoping, and I'd say that's off the back of Arcus.
Oh, there it is.
JMP. Oh, just cleaning things up. 7-0. No rounds.
Nicely done. Gosh, GGPR looking ever so strong on their CT side. It's just starting to rip apart the side of ChocoCheck. Don't want to jinx it just yet for them. Oh my god. There's not much more you could be doing here.
Yeah, and then the T-Money is going to be suffering here. They are up against full loss bonus, and they're just kind of repeatedly running into that limiter, so they can continue to kind of buy how they want. But Tropical on the pre-fire.
Yeah, Arcus will win one fight. JMP wins the other. Arcus going to be eliminated by Sexy. That's picking up an op. Now down to a 2 versus 2. The trade's going back and forth down to even.
Oh, that was such a perfectly timed shot, and Shaniak playing off of Z, and then there's a jump spot. Well, I'd almost call that a drop spot, and Shaniak playing with fire here. He does. Oh, does he not see 60? Is he on 4x3? No health. You could pistol him down, but if you let him out, you let him take the shot. ChocoCheck finally get around off the back of 64K. Oh no. I don't think ChocoCheck had any right to win that round.
Yeah, that was a little bit ridiculous coming out from ChocoCheck. They clutched it back up and brought it back in. Brings it within 6, but ChocoCheck still have a very long way to go. They want to try and turn things around.
Well, now they can afford the AWP. Well, not afford, carry over, rather. So that will go into the hands of Zodic. And just Sixy has been just this pillar of carry the team at the moment. And Zodic's been the other pillar of carry the team. We are out of our pause. I'm not sure if that was a technical or if that was a tactical. But the CT's economy now kind of boned. So Shaniak will still be on an AWP. And there will be 2 M4s and an MP9. But Arcus is on a Deagle, so nothing crazy to work with here. 7-1. Now the CTs are for the first time hampered. Losing that off tool is not a good omen for this round.
Oh, and Shaniak losing that op against Exotic. Arcus will pick it up, though. He's not going to take the fight. He will win the fight and trades it back down to even. Doesn't realize a lot of this aggression over towards that Ivy possession. But he's going to need to play a little bit more carefully there. Looks like ChocoCheck will back on off that and not wanting to take that fight. They know that's a deadly fight. I don't in particularly want to keep at it. 60 will stay there to keep control of Ivy.
There's no players towards B, so if Shrek calls this out, this could call for a full rotate. And surely enough, we are seeing all of the ChocoCheck players slowly work their way back over towards this B site. So this will be either a full retake, or we'll need to start seeing some crazy plays out of the GGPR side. Otherwise, they're going to be in a really unique situation. No!
Oh my gosh, Lowrider. Well, they have double ups for this retake. Two Enforce, 2 AWPs. Tropical's in a great position currently. Take a quick look at that. Already passed by Oil. Will be able to find one onto Exotic. He will be found by the upper, though, of Arcus. Leaves it all down to Rek in a 1 versus 3 scenario to hold. They know where he is. Spotted out, but he will win the fight with JMP. Looking for more, won't be able to do it. Lowrider will silence him, and an 8th will be collected. GGPR converting the half into their own. Really making this work.
I really enjoyed how Lowrider was like, let me just place this shot.
Yeah, I know. He played he was very careful about it. He was like,
That was a very deliberate shot. Man, well, that's a good way to get back on your feet, especially because now you recovered the T side op, and now you're back on dual ops, even though your economy still isn't doing that well. You could still pull another several rounds to make this start to look a little bit iffy. You still have the opportunity to bring this all the way up, and they try to play T-Con fast, but not fooling anybody there, and Arku's just going to be firing shots away. He does land a good tag as well. So much damage going out, but no kills found yet. And Arku's just going to back off the angle, but he takes the bomb down. Shrek down as well. So now these players all stuck in sandwich, pushing through hell. Oh, catching the player up in heaven. This push is so awkward, but it's somehow pulling itself together. Lowrider, the only one being able to find a trade here. These players, so much damage dealt. Tropical only on 4 HP. Arku's just biding his time. Peeks out. So close to hitting the shot.
A bit of an unfortunate miss. Rek takes the fight with Lowrider and comes out victorious. Rek and Tropical tagged down oh so low. That N4 could finish it, but oh my gosh. And Tropical leaves. 1 versus 2. Winnable for Exotic. No, did he suicide? Where did he suicide from?
I think he might have jumped from like heaven or something. I don't know, but Exotic versus Exotic, full HP.
Oh, nicely done. A second round collected by ChocoCheck, keeping things alive for the time being, bringing things back within 6. GGPR are steamrolling ahead still, but their economy is reset. We should see a bit of a string of rounds coming out of Choco from here on out. Try and bring things back to a closer game.
Yep, that's for sure. GGPR, Deagles, and a single 5-7. Buy from ChocoCheck isn't bulletproof either. They do have Shrek after dying. Hello? Full blind, and not going to be able to really find anything out of this round. Looks like it'll be a pretty easy cleanup. They don't lose a single player. Tropical close to going down, but it's good for the T-side economy. This is a couple of pity rounds to get themselves kind of rolling here.
Now, they do have the chance to bring this within 1 if they string together 4 rounds in a row, and this is where they need to begin. That last round and this round is they need to claim these 2. Unless GGPR does something just absolutely insane on this pistol.
Well, they'll be back into a bye next round, despite what happens to this round, so we should see something a little bit better coming out of the next round, but they're just going to send their way over towards B. It'll be a full CT stack for this, and good damage done, but whoa, okay, that's a lot of damage, but it's just so good with the AWP. Oh, he's just like, he's their safety mechanism right now. He's a safety mechanism for ChocoCheck. He's been making sure that they don't fall to some of these rounds where they take like 3,000 damage somehow. Kind of crazy, that's for sure. I think if ChocoCheck was playing, if ChocoCheck didn't have Exotic, they would be in a world of pain, but they have Exotic, and they're not quite in a world of pain. They are down 4 rounds here, though, and they will be taking their way out of main quickly here.
Oh,
What?
Shaniak able to find the first one onto Shrek. The trade does come through onto Arcus.
Oh, behind.
Oh my gosh. Oh, Tropical going to nearly find one, but Toxic will. Oh, Exotic. Oh my gosh. Going to be able to find two. Nicely done by Rek as well, leaving Exotic as the last man standing in a 1 versus 3.
Sheesh, dude. Exotic is just playing out of his mind. 3 in the round. And these players still haven't planted the bomb. They're just trying to hunt out this remaining player, and 60 will be the one to do that.
Yeah,
8-5.
ChocoCheck. They've claimed the round and defeat GGPR on their bye round. Now the economy is going to get a little scary here right towards the end. We're in the 14th. We're one away from being at halftime. And GGPR need to expand their lead as much as they can. ChocoCheck looking to come into form here on the second part of this first half. And things are really beginning to look up for them.
Yeah, so GGPR are still on pistols. It looks like they have one more they need to go. They're saving up for the last round of the half. And hearing all of this movement... Oh, Narcus. Oh, my lord, Exotic! 2 fast shots with the P250. Oh, and he almost wins the next duel. Exotic down to 2 HP, loses that duel. Now it's Lowrider versus Rek, but Rek there to save the day, losing so many guns in the process. That got very close. GGPR finally able to buy again. AWP in the hands of Arcus this time around. Don't know if that's a strategical decision or not. Shaniak instead opting to be on the AUG. So this will be the most competitive round we'll see this half, in my opinion. So the buys are set up for it. Tropical quick down gets that control, and he's just going to send his way out. Whoa, huh?
All right, Shaniak able to find one, looking for more. Get some good tags on the Rek. Oh, the miss shot out of Arcus, but JMP doesn't. Arcus doesn't miss a second. Will be good for one. Now JMP good for one as well. Leaves out on Shrek. Shrek in a 1v5 scenario. And all of a sudden, ChocoCheck falling apart once again.
Man, look at that. Just fell apart. Man, Lowrider doesn't quite get the duel done. Does about 50 damage, but Shrek on 46. Arcus are just going to drop a nade on him and just spray him down. GGPR will take the half in a fairly convincing 9-6 fashion, and I think we're actually going to just go right into the next half as these players are readying up pretty dang quickly.
Yeah, nicely done. Oh, 9-6. GGPR did expand their lead and was able to get to 3, which is good. But it isn't as good as it could have been. Now they're just going to be looking to try and clean things up here on their T side. But ChocoCheck taking up the CT could make things very dicey.
Credit credit's due for GGPR kind of closing things up at the end there. They did pretty good economic damage. It wasn't really enough to... they made a couple of rounds look a lot closer than they really should have been. And I think that that's a really good indicator of how GGPR has been playing so far in this map. We get more people readying up. We're getting there. We're close. Come on, we just got one more half, and we get to figure out who moves on in the ESEA Premier Playoffs bracket. So
yeah, we could see overtime as well, so that's just gonna be something to keep in mind. This could just keep going.
Are you suggesting that we see a Mirage style OT? See a couple of 100 extra rounds?
Please no.
Oh man. I gotta say, ChocoCheck as well. They haven't been, you know, they're still suffering from the same problems they have been this entire best of 3, with just not every single player being there. But Exotic has been just more than enough of a stopgap to kind of fill in those gaps. Like just his shot, he's just been cleaning up rounds with that AWP. And if GGPR lets ChocoCheck find themselves into 2 ops, then it's time to start being worried. That's for sure.
Most certain.
Well, chat, you won't see this for, well, rather you won't hear this for 150 seconds. But how's your nights going? I want to see what everybody's saying. How are your nights going? Personally, mine's going pretty well. Get to cast some beautiful Counter-Strike, some ESEA Premier playoffs action. How about you, Doug?
I'm okay.
Just okay.
Yeah. I'm okay. I'm tired. It's been a long one. Got a long one tomorrow.
Well, the good thing is that we have tons of really, really juicy Twitter drama.
Oh, yeah, that's been interesting to watch on. I wonder if he was responding to that during the halftime.
Probably. That's probably the reason we're waiting for Ready Up. But we are back into the action.
Oh, I want to check his replies.
ChocoCheck on their CT side. GGPR with an opportunity to do some crazy stuff.
He hasn't.
Yeah, that's good. Maybe he took my advice from last map.
Oh my god. I swear.
So this is looking like it's going to be a pop for Ivy. This is an A lean setup, and the information's being gathered by Exotic right now, so he can call that they're nowhere near B. But what's going on here? Why are there players rotating into B here? This is weird.
I am not sure. Oh, and Shaniak though.
Shaniak.
Gonna be able to find that initial one under Reg. 60 will be there to respond though. He finds one, looking for two. The trades are coming through. He will be found, as well as Tropical. Just like that, it's all down to Shrek. Shrek in the back line needs to find a few. He will. The first one is found. Arku's eliminated. And Shaniak will be able to find the man of Exotic. And now, last man standing, Shrek. Looking for one, will find none, and a 10th on the board for GGPR.
Well, that's nice to see. I mean, pistol rounds do seem to be a bit of a specialty for GGPR, at least for Lowrider and Shaniak. So far, they've been hitting some rather nasty shots. But GGPR in a 10, so this is a good start for them. This gives them some momentum on their T side, and it prevents the CTs from beginning their... There's like on train, that one round difference can be huge. So seeing it now and allowing these Ts to kind of get these guns, that's just a matter of preventing yourself from going down to these deagles, and they're just going to take the battle directly to the A site. And so far, it looks like they're having no real issues, not dropping a single player wreck, the only one remaining, scout in hand. And this will reset the CTs as well, because they did force up into this. All Rec can do is hope to get a little bit of money. Oh, trading the shots back and forth. Not a single kill for the side of ChocoCheck. 11 rounds. And now you're letting the T side begin the bowling ball.
Yeah, it could be a bit of a rampage from GGPR. They're 4 rounds away from match point, and you're having to save into this one. You're possibly looking at a 12th in the face. They'll be doubling your scoreline if you're not careful. You'll need to play this one extremely well.
Yeah, something crazy has to happen here for ChocoCheck. And getting that shot off, that was a dink on the JMP. That is a good start to things. Damage being done and a kill being sent across, and Exotic going low, but he does not drop. And now it's back down to Rec once again, this time with the Deagle. Bomb plant will go down. And this remaining player is just kind of chilling up in, you call that a kitchen? Train kitchen?
Yeah, kitchen or lobby or lounge.
Welcome back. This is the Counter-Strike Fanatics show, where we talk about words. Oh, good name. Okay, Rec even had the headshot lineup, and he loses that duel, and this is super clean for GGPR. But Exotic will be able to pick up the AWP, and so will 60. So they're finally onto the dual ops. The saves, this is good for them. They were smart. They did decide to put themselves into the saves to be able to afford these 2 ops. However, this will reset them back down to 0. They're on max loss bonus, so they will be on at least one. They'll be on a really hampered buy if they do decide to buy next round, but here they are. 2 ops versus a full AK stack.
Gosh, such good damage. Oh man, and Shaniak tech so low, so is Exotic. Shots out of 60, will get a tag on a low ride, but not confirm the frag. Gonna allow a bit of a push to come out of Arcus. Got a clear angle to work with. If he can find on 60, things could look good, but 60 will win the initial fight. Exotic good for one as well, and coming around the corner, Shrek will spray down one more. JMP able to find a trade. But now Lowrider and JMP, last 2 men standing, need to find a 2 versus 4. Shots come out, Shrek finds one, JMP finds the other. The trades coming through in succession. Gotta be careful because here comes Rek, wrecking you from the back. A 7th collected by ChocoCheck.
All right, there you go. So that's clean. You only drop 1 AWP out of that, so they won't be able to rebuy that gun. So that is actually, that's good damage from GGPR to kind of eliminate that dual op setup at least out of that round, even if you don't pick that up. And they do have the money to come into the next round with an AWP of their own. So it's a round that you can afford to lose if you're GGPR, but now you're into a round that really counts because you do have ChocoCheck in a position where they are dealing with a FAMAS as well as a moderately limited utility set. So Shrek playing this pop dog position really aggressively. The flash will maybe ward him off, but Shrek just playing so aggressive and he's going to get both kills out of that.
Oh my gosh, Shrek, nicely done. Going to be able to find Exotic and Arcus just immediately into the round. We're just now passing the minute 20 mark. It's down to Lowrider and Shaniak and JMP to try and bring things back together. And good luck here for the CT side of ChocoCheck.
That's a little bit worrying. They were setting up for the double drop. Honestly, that looked like the same double drop we saw today in the Exersalt game that Team Spirit was running. And okay, and Shaniak does get a kill before the flank from Shrek does clean it up. And his 2 remaining players are looking like they're about to get cleaned up by Exotic, and the answer will be yes. 8 rounds for ChocoCheck, and finally a little bit of momentum. He will force the T side back down into pistols for the next round.
Nicely done. Bringing it within a few. ChocoCheck Gaming taking their scoreline up to 8. And now GGPR stuck back on a decode. They have a hero rifle to work with. They're looking to do some damage, a possible conversion. But it is going to be a fairly difficult round for our conversion to come through.
Oh man, we got Vu in chat too. Oh man, now we're gonna get made fun of by Vu. And he came in right as you were talking about the lounge.
The lounge, oh dear God.
Lounge. Oh dear, 60
God.
opening up with the first one too. These ops have been deadly. Just both 60 and Exotic have been the 2 players to worry about, and Arcus as well, losing his life to that. So hero rifle immediately out of the equation, and now it's just down to Exotic and JMP. They do get a rifle back, but oh dear, the flashbang is good. Exotic goes down. Now it's just down to JMP. P250 in hand. Or sorry, that's a P2K. If oh, I'm clicked into the wrong window. I can't even change what I'm looking at.
It's good. It's good. We still got JMP on the side of GGPR. He's stuck in a 1 versus 5. P250 in hand. There's not much he can look to do here. He could look to do a little bit of damage. If he can find this member in Zed, he'll be feeling good. But Exotic will eliminate him. Brings it down to a 9th round for ChocoCheck. Starting to get closer and closer to that GGPR line. Things are beginning to look a little bit more spicy. AK buys and the AWPs on the side of ChocoCheck. Something to worry about for the side of GGPR now is that double up setup. That can be such a dominant role, especially against these AKs. This is going to be a fairly difficult round for them.
Well, here's the thing is that we really haven't seen anything really innovative out of GGPR. As I say that, they do get themselves an entry onto this A site. Hasn't really changed up too much. They do lose Exotic in the trade. Tropical able to get that frag, but Tropical does not survive long enough to tell the tale. But these ops are still remaining, so it's a 3v3, and there's a pretty... With the site control that they do have to worry about wrecking the backline.
Ooh, this is such a great angle. Oh, Lowrider gonna be able to find that one. Rek does find the trade onto JMP, but one from Arcus will come out, and Rek, oh baby, nicely done. Going to be able to find the 2. Nice little turnaround from him. Will confirm a 10 for ChocoCheck as they crawl ever closer to that tied game line.
This is you're starting to sweat a little bit. If you're GGPR, you've dropped quite a few rounds in a row, and you haven't really been able to find an answer, and you've lost. You came really close in that round, but you're unable to complete it. You just let Rek kind of style on you, and now you're back down to pistols once again. Of course, they will be able to purchase into the next round if they want to, as the beauty of the T-side economy in this game, but you haven't been able to figure out a way to defeat these dual ops. And I believe, let me guess, GGPR tech tech timeout.
No, it looks like we'll just be going through.
Is that just tech timeout, maybe?
No timeout.
Oh, we had a match pause for a second there.
Oh, we did? So. Okay, I didn't see it pop up. Yeah, it was so short I didn't even notice it. It's a Deagle round coming out from GGPR. They're going to be looking to do some damage. They can get 2 or 3 kills. They could look for a conversion, but they're going to need to do it fairly cleanly. ChocoCheck is starting to make this go down to the wire. And oh, 60 going to be able to find that first one onto Inshaniak. Finds another and a turnaround onto JMP. Now the remaining 3 players being torn apart and asunder. Reg will finish off the last 2 in 11th is collected. ChocoCheck now within 1 of GGPR.
Yeah, the farm completed. And now you're really close to tying things up, and this T side has been really failing to find their legs. They do have an AWP for this round to work with, but the question is, you know, do they have something innovative in their brains, something that they can do to counter this double opposite of ChocoCheck? You've let the CTs entrench themselves with this setup, and if you let Tropical just run out and get that first kill like that, you're certainly not going to have a lot of success. The trade is found, so that is something to work with, but now these AWPs are still both in play. They have not neutralized these. These rifles are expendable. That's the whole point of running this dual op setup. They have taken one out, though. Okay, there you go. Now you've started to find a lifeline. You found something to play off. Still one op in play in the hands of 60.
Yeah, but 60 is a dangerous person for that op to be in the hands of. They're going to need to make sure they can neutralize him fairly quickly. He's playing towards the back of Ivy. There's one towards Zed. Going towards B, probably going to rotate through CT to play together with 60.
Oh, this is big brain. This is what I love. This is what I think teams need to do more often, is they just need to wait. Let the CTs walk to their own error. Hey, make them hand over the site to you. Now that they've handed over this bomb site, you have a free plant. Now the question is, they're still playing this really slowly. So if they don't see anything, these CTs are going to be on their way back over. So you need to get this bomb down and get yourself into post plants as fast as you can here. This is smart. They're being diligent. So that's good to see. They're being diligent, but these CTs are now finally starting to realize, hold on a minute, I think we've been duped. I think they went to the other bomb site. And they have plenty of money to work with, so this is a retake that they can go for.
Yeah, they can go for it, but I'm not sure if they're going to do it. Looks like they will rotate through CT towards that train. Try and retake onto this, possibly from Ivy. 3 players to contest them, Lowrider, Inshaniak, and Arcus, to try and hold things down. And I don't know if 60 is actually going to try and go for this. Because there goes Inshaniak, able to find one. Arcus finds the other. And that will be the round for GGPR, edging ever closer to that match mark. Now within 2 at 13.
I'm kind of blown away. I thought they were about to throw that by peeking into the AWPs there, but we will see another match pause come out. Presumably, I don't know. You'll have to tell me this time. Let us know.
I need to look. Let me check the Discord. Oh, God.
Double check, see who that match pause is for. But the CT is still able to repurchase into that double offset. They've got plenty of money to work with.
ChocoCheck and GGPR both call. It's a tech. I think this is a tech for GGPR.
Gotcha. Okay, so possibly a couple of issues over there. But finally, GGPR finding some footing. Things have been really, really not that clean, and they finally find something that was, you know, nice. And like it came out of that strat I was talking about before. They sat themselves outside of the bomb site, and they just let the CTs make that mistake. I think that's something that we see so often from IGLs, is they'll be like, you know, they'll make that call over to the other site, you know, because they'll be like, oh, hold on, I don't think we're going to find penetration in this bomb site. Let's go to the other site. And by the time you're over there and set up and ready to go in, you're going up against a enemy setup that is just as set up as it was on the first site. So just waiting out the CTs and letting them make that mistake, it's still a 50-50, of course, but it's something that we don't see that often. So,
oh gosh, no. Exotic. Nicely done. Gonna be able to find the blind kill on the Lowrider to open things up. Tropical able to find Arcus as well. Brings it down to a 3 versus 5 just like that. Flawless hold coming out there. That's going to cause GGPR to rotate and fall off. I don't in particular want to keep taking that fight.
Yeah, the only thing I really questioned on that round was Arcus kind of like crawled down Pop Dog there. Not really sure what he was doing there. He kind of, I think he was going for maybe a quiet and then a hop off, you know, try to hop in, time it off really well, but he trusted CSGO ladders, and CSGO ladders kind of screwed him over, so.
Never trust CSGO ladders. They're a very dreaded thing. But something to note about this one is ChocoCheck. They've got 2 players towards this B site. 1 up on Cats, 1 on the back of site towards CT, if anything. Shaniak will start to make a little bit of noise towards A, maybe trying to pull someone off. It's not going to be all too effective.
Yeah, I think they're just going to try and push out and try and find some sort of frag here. There's not really much you can do in this situation. I personally think it's smarter to unify, but I think what they might be doing here is just kind of wrapping themselves up for this A site. He's going to get caught crossing around, though, so this A site not really looking that great for them. And with the positions that the CTs are in, I don't see GGPR making it out with this round. Oh, they might get a plant out of this.
Oh, it won't be allowed. It'll be denied. That's a 12th for ChocoCheck. Back within 1. We could be looking at 13 to 13, but we're going to see a bit of a force buy come out here. Arku's already buying himself an AK. I don't know if the rest of his team will commit. Maybe they want to do a hero buy, but no, it looks like they'll go for it. Force buy coming through a Mac 10, a Deagle, accompanied by the 3 AKs.
Oh, man, this is such a tough position. ChocoCheck has just been able to farm with these offs. Arku's getting that information, though, but now he's out on a ledge. But if he can win this fight with the Deagle, but immediately trade it out. These are just going back and forth. The off is still in play, though, for both players on ChocoCheck here, but Zodic loses the duel to JMP. Now it's just on Rack in a 1v3. The action's happening so fast.
Nicely done. Able to find that one onto Exotic. Now in a 1 versus 2. Rack, last man standing for the side of ChocoCheck. Has to bring it all together. The bomb is down and he's over in Z. Gonna be attempting to try and bring things back together. Gonna try and rotate around them. He's got plenty of time to work with. Looks like he might be faking it. Looks like he will commit just to come out Zed here. Maybe find the first. But it's still such a difficult location to come out from. Player towards Pop Dog. Player towards Ivy. I'm not sure how you want to take this.
Well, the thing here is that you've got 50 seconds to make a move. So these T's can just wait this out. Lowrider and Arcus, they don't necessarily have to make a play here. But the thing is it starts to tick down a little bit. You're starting to give more and more leverage over to the CT here. He's in a position where this is, you know, they're just clearing angles. They're just trying to make sure that they don't lose this round. And we'll trade over to a Mac 10 in this situation too with 46 HP. This is going to be an informational gathering play. I think it's fairly obvious that he's playing over by Z here.
Yeah, they're going to start to pinch him from one side. They don't have 2 angles to come at him from. But Arcus will be able to win the fight on the Rack. A 14th, now 1 away from match point. GGPR, they desperately want to finish this one out. They don't want to let ChocoCheck take this away from them. They want to move on in the bracket.
I honestly, the rounds that GGPR wins are just pure chaos on their T side. It's so difficult to kind of figure out how they're doing it. It's really just they play off of these excellent timings where they can trade themselves off immediately. I think GGPR starts to lose these rounds when they start to let themselves space out and they can't trade themselves back and forth. So seeing the rounds where that does come together, the fact that GGPR has been able to kind of lean their way into 14 here is excellent. And now you've taken away at least one of the AWPs, but Zodic, the man with 26 kills, still has that in his hands. So no rounds are free here, and I'm loving how 50-50 this game is.
Which one's Degade? Name yourself. I am Degade. It's nice to meet you.
That's the Doug guy.
I've been casting all day. I'm tired. But that's every day, so it's whatever. But we are in this match pause. This is called by GGPR. It's another tech. So they're trying to figure some things out. They haven't unpaused it, so we're going to be waiting a few minutes. I assume that someone's having some ping issues, maybe. We could check that, in fact. I mean, in Shaniak's up at 90. So they might be waiting for that to go on out.
Yeah, and Shawniak on 90. I mean, Rex sitting around 70 ping. It's nothing amazing, but also, yeah, I don't know. Like to see some fair duels. Hopefully not seeing anything like we saw from the advanced playoffs. That'd be nice to try to avoid that as much as we can. But we'd all like to just get back into the action because this is the closest map we've seen so far. I mean, considering what, 16-3 Dust 2, and then that was a 16-8 on Overpass? I want to say.
Yeah, Overpass was a bit of a slaughter by ChocoCheck, but Dust 2 was a slaughter and a half by GGPR. So this definitely is the, you know,
it was a 16-8.
The closest game we've seen so far.
I think you're being made fun of for switching back and forth
Dude,
between Z and Zed.
Sorry, I cast with so many different
Choose
people.
one or the other.
No, I will say both. Leave me alone. I do what I want.
I mean, I don't know. I use Zed because I think it's a little bit more classy, you know? You say Z, it's just a letter. There's no meaning to that, you know?
True.
It's like Zed, you feel fancy, like you got your pinky up, like you're taking a sip of tea, you know? Like I'm probably gonna get I'll probably get destroyed for that, but you know. We're having a lot of fun.
30s guy. True, he is.
Hey, that's true. I do in fact host a podcast called the Max Rounds 30 Podcast.
You okay?
I'm not plugging. I'm not plugging, I promise.
You okay? You need help?
Probably.
Yeah, I know. I need help too.
I mean, that's kind of been the theme of tonight, hasn't it?
It has. It has. Gosh.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's go on a journey, why don't we? Let's raise out the rainbow, you know, between the hands. Use our imagination. We're going to take a deep dive with all this time we have and just take a nice fat look at, I don't know, let's take a look at the bias. I mean, really, we can kind of talk a little bit about, you know, what they've got going into this next round here. I mean,
we could, but I think, oh, look, GGPR has unpaused it, apparently.
Ooh, okay. Maybe we don't have to.
This is the second time they've unpaused, though. So, who knows if there might call another.
And Shawniak's still sitting on 91 ping, so
yeah, we might be waiting a moment.
Yeah, that's well, okay. Well, let's take a look at this right here. So, going into this round, this is the round that will decide whether or not we go to map point or we get a little bit closer to tying things up. Shrek will be on a FAMAS, and the CTs are a little bit hamstrung as far as their utility goes. Rek did actually drop over an AWP versus Zodic, and I believe Zodic may have dropped over likely either a FAMAS or an M4. I believe it was an M4. Yep, it was an M4. And the T side for GGPR, they are actually pretty well bought out. They are on full utility, and they have AKs in every single one of their players' hands, except for in Shawniak, who is a player we are currently waiting on as far as how their ping is going. But so far, I think that a lot of the things that we are going to see for the next round here. Freeze time. Yes, we can stop filling. Let's go.
Beautiful. I mean, we could have talked about anything, man. I'm just saying. I mean, we did
talk about cheese.
We could have talked about
about vowel pronunciation. Talk about Z's and Z's.
I prefer Zed. I don't know why.
But, let's bring it back. We got an awesome match coming here.
Okay,
we're almost. Okay. This is playoffs.
Okay, yep. It's 14-12. Exotic gonna be able to find that first one on to Exotic, trading each other. Beautiful stuff. And then Shawniak will get tagged down as well. It's right down to a 4 versus 5, just like that side of GGPR. Down a man and need to find a trade. Post haste at this point. They don't want to take the fight in a 3 versus 5 manner. They're going to be looking to possibly head towards B. Starting to play in B halls. 2 players to respond if they do opt to go that way. It's that off that already found a kill. And that's Exotic on that. It's going to be looking to go ahead and do a bit more work. The other player lying in wait will be Rek. Rek has been showing up quite a bit more in this map than we were seeing him in the rest of this game.
Yeah, no, this is interesting because they're leaning over towards the site, but they've allowed the op to kind of come back over. So can be a little bit concerning. It's going to be a matter of whether or not these two CTs can find their openers. And so far, no, that smoke is perfect for the wrap from Arcuz. And now it's 3 versus 3, taking a little bit of tags in the smoke or in the Molotov. And Arcuz will be able to find it. Does take a bunch of damage though, and now it's a 3v2. Shrek with the FAMAS, Zonic with the AWP, but the AWP is up top.
Oh, such a good tag coming out, and a kill as well. Arcuz will be eliminated. Shrek finds one, and just like that, it's all down to Insomniac. Insomniac stuck in a 1 versus 2, puts down a molly, puts down a smoke. The molly isn't connecting, and there it is. It's going to start to get it, but the bomb will be defused. Insomniac finds one.
No.
But that will be a 13th.
That was so weird. That was so awkward. Man. 13 rounds for ChocoCheck. The T-side will be able to immediately rebuy into it. And they've hurt the economy of the CTs enough. So despite winning the round, they're on a worse buy than the round they were before. But the heroics just don't end. Zodic, and they're just landing what they need to land in order to put these rounds together. We're 1 round away from tying things up, as well as being 1 round away from match point. It's just a matter of how GGPR decides to play this.
Yeah, GGPR needs to play this one stellarly. They don't want to let this get tied up. ChocoCheck could take this all away from them. Arcu's going to be good for 1. Shrek finds the trade and a second. Nicely done by him, playing the nice bit of aggression. Takes the fight with the up, and Tropical finds JMP just like that. It's all down to Lowrider. Stuck in a 1 versus 4. Finds 1, but Exotic will finish him out, and 14-14. And another match pause will come out.
I'm going to assume this one's a tactical this time around.
It is a tactical.
And that would probably be because GGPR just threw away their shot at not going to OT, but now they're playing for OT. They need to make this save happen, which, yeah, there's no chance that they... Yeah, you got to save here and just go into the next round, armed to the teeth, play for overtime. And it looks like they'll actually decide to force. Oh dear, I don't know if I agree with this one, but
it's a sketchy situation to be in.
It's a way to go.
Certainly.
They will be going up against 1 AWP from Zodic, but Zodic's just been playing out of his goddamn mind. 29-18.
Yeah, looks like a bit of an Ivy Rush might be the name of the game. They're playing these 2 hero rifles, and Arcus, certain being the hero, will find the first 60. Will be there for the trade on the JMP.
Ooh.
But Exotic rounds the corner and finds one of his own. Exotic on the CT side will find one as well, but Arcus answers back and trades it down to a 2 versus 3. Trading it into the favor of GGPR. They now need to have a stellar post-plant scenario because, oh dear God, an AWP and an AK for this retake could get dicey fairly quickly.
GGPR they have no right for getting this far into the round. If they let Rec walk up on Zodic though, Exotic not holding for it. Oh dear, the information's given and the trade will be found, leaving Zodic AWP in hand. 1v2. Bomb ticking away. I think Zodic might have to save this one for next round because the economy...
Oh, no. This might have been it. This is really a game decider, this round was. And Exotic saving over the HWP. The rest of his team might not be able to afford all too much. Strikes down at 15. He only has 1,400.
Man, just go back and erase my words where I said I disagreed with that buy. That was incredible. The fact that they just are able to pull off those rounds, my mind is blown. GGPR, they have a chance to just take this one right here. Zodic will hold on to that AWP. This will give them a chance in this next round, but Shrek is on a 5-7. He has a single smoke and a 5-7. Tropical on a FAMAS, 60 on a FAMAS, Rec on an MP9. You're going up against a fully bought T-side.
And they're looking
This
to go
is
B
it.
holes. Only one player to respond. That's going to be Wreck. He's going to be eliminated right off the bat. Leaves it right on down to the men of 60, Tropical and Exotic. The ABWP does survive, and Tropical comes up with 2 to trade it back down to even. 60 is found, and now it is all down to Tropical and Exotic. Exotic, last man standing. AWP in hand. Has to find 2. Nade in hand. Gonna toss it. Not gonna be able to find anything. Now he's in a very difficult retake, looking for at least 1 to start things off. He doesn't have time to work with. There's no rounds left. This could be the end. The molly comes out, and that could seal the deal. Gonna start to head over towards the bomb. He has to stick, but the molly will finish it. And 16 for GGPR. They will continue on in the lower brackets.
Wow, just what a way to end it. I cannot believe that that is how that series ended. I mean, it went from being a complete blow, well, I can't speak right now. I'm so amazed. It went from being a complete blowout on Dust 2 to being a complete blowout on Overpass. And then we just get like the closest map of the whole series on the Decider.
Honestly, that was fantastic to see right out of the Decider.
Thank you.
Yeah, honestly, those first 2 maps were so one-sided. It was so nice to see a nice competitive game right there at the end. Going back and forth, there were string rounds after string rounds. There was streaks being ended back and forth, and it was a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast. Do you have any final or closing thoughts for us, Halo?
I definitely do. And I think GGPR has been showing a lot of grit coming through this matchup today. And, you know, after taking a pretty heavy loss on Overpass and being able to kind of clean things up, you know, if you take a look over at ChocoCheck, I don't really know what to say about that there, because there's a lot of people who think it's controversial that they're in playoffs at all right now. So
yeah,
it is what it is, and the better team won today, and GGPR has found themselves into their next matchup. I don't think we quite know who they'll be playing next quite yet. Let me just double check that before we close it off.
Let me check that as well.
For the evening, let's take a quick little gander over to our bracket here. And the answer is we do not know who will be playing. Yeah, actually, no. Actually, I don't think that's updated. So, yeah, okay, so HLTV is not updated. So they will be playing against High Coast.
That's a very difficult game right there.
Yep, that'll be a big matchup for them. They'll be playing that on Thursday. And that will also be the other lower bracket will be RBG versus Recon 5. And we will also be seeing an upper final, which will be Bad News Bears versus Triumph. So we kind of have a lot of the picture kind of built out for us here for the remainder of the ESEA Premier Season 36 North American Playoffs. So thank you for watching tonight. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure to chat. I hope to see you guys all in another cast. We will see you guys around. Have a wonderful evening and a good night.
Days off, keep the hustle moving. Wanna see you be what you want it to be, prove it. I know